Just mixing up my paint here, guys. There we go. I bet you thought I was doing something else, didn't you? So, yeah, just mixing up some white paint, which I rarely use. Glare goggles at the ready. Yeah, you're all fuckers, I tell you, you're all fuckers. I just realised, probably didn't even see my opening gag, did you? Because they've probably got the advertising on. So what has been going on in the chat? Can everyone see me and hear me okay? Ads. Seriously. So I'll just, never mind. You'll have to watch it back. If I explain it, it won't be funny. Never mind. No, you just went live saying how we missed your comedy brilliance, mate. Well, yeah. Never mind. I was, yeah, you'll have to watch it back if it starts from that point. That's the trouble with ads on the live ones, isn't it? You skip it, it cuts over the beginning bit. But hey, channel needs the money, so you know, advertising's got to happen. But anyway, so yeah, mixing up that white. First time I've ever used it, so I'm giving it a damn good mix. Are you starting early? No, I think I'm dead on time, aren't I? We see you, imposter, with a hat. I put the hat on, and then when I sat up here, I sat down to start reading your comments. I was glad I did, because you're all taking the piss out of my bald head. Very hurtful, guys. Very hurtful. Oh, right. So I was having to read your comments while I was getting everything ready, and I am sitting. I'm going to be like really hard pushed to move during this live stream because everything I've been working on downstairs over the last couple of weeks, I've brought back upstairs, and it's not in order. So I've got piles of stuff here, piles of stuff here, stuff over here, precariously balanced on the desk to show you guys in a minute. I'm just going to show you guys various bits of what I'm working on. And yeah, it's blimey, it's just been mental. And thanks to Dread, I've upped my army goal of getting 1,500 points done rather than 1k. So I've had to add some units to the list and get them ready for painting. So that's what I've been doing today. I've been kind of I haven't done any painting yet. I plan to do a little bit of painting on this dude today, Death Killer War Trike. He's looks like he's built, but they're all dry. A lot of this dry fix. He's in mostly sub assemblies, but you can see he's coming along. He's getting there. He's almost ready for the wash. I've just got to do a little bit of tidying up, and just touch up some details and bits. But yeah, he's pretty much. I'm hoping. I'll just curse it if I say this, but I'm hoping that he'll be ready for a wash by the end of this evening. That's my kind of target for this evening, is to try and get that done. But I'm not like Skarner. I'm not very good at this multitasking, live hosting and doing projects at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. If I get a lot on him done, I probably won't be responding to you much and entertaining you guys much. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give it a go. If I get anything done, I've got something done. But yeah, today I've been, excuse me, I'm gonna eat. Here you go, guys. Where is it? Oh, it's one of the best. One of the best. I love these. The American viewers will be salivating over these. Oh, good. So, what we got here? Someone get that little. Hang on. I've got to scroll up there. Right, we love your shiny head. Thank you, Wing It Gaming. Thank you. Someone get that little princess Wally pop. Dread giving out again. Marcus, I thought these things always started late. No, I'm never late. I'm only late when I'm with Skarner on Two Bald Knobs. I'm never late on my channel. Always on time. Roxy Derivator, I came for the bald head, crying face. Ah, there you go. Look, there you go. Bald. Probably got like a big hat rim across my head there. Let's pop that on. There we go. So, I'll make sure I've got a massive forehead. There we go. Let's sort that out. Right there. So, wait, you have 1,500 in total or painted? Oh, no. Well, neither. I haven't got 1,500 painted yet. That's what I'm working towards at the moment, and getting there, making really good progress. The end is in sight. No, my whole army, I added it up a while back, but I've added a lot to it since then. So I honestly don't know. I would estimate if I put everything I had down, I'd probably be looking at about 7,000, and that might be a fairly modest estimation, because it could well be more than that. I honestly don't know. It's well over the 5,000 mark. I know that. Well, easy over that. Yeah, I've got tons, but that would be a very grey army. A very grey army. Boo-hoo, Dread told me to go 15k. Now I have to do more hobbying. Sad. Yeah, poor me, eh? It's just one of those days. Whisper now. Where you just want to break stuff. I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan, so I'm all for that. Was that because he reminds you about Fred Durst Day? One of the best days when the Whisper came back. Yes, I'm a Sado fuck. Hobbygit. Yeah, and Hobbygit, I was reading your comments before I come on there. Battle ready. I didn't give it that much thought, buddy. It literally just meant the focus of this show is kind of chatting about me getting my army battle ready. I kind of forgot that was even a sort of one of them terms that GW use. Do you know the Hobbygit is so easy to trigger that genuinely I trigger him by accident all the time. I never intentionally trigger him. Well, sometimes I do, but usually I'm just talking innocently about something, and it's something I haven't even given a moment's thought to. And he'll bring it up in chat later on that day or the next day and be like, going on about it. I'm like, do you know, I just didn't even give it that much thought. It didn't even enter my mind. Alexander Warren says, oh, boy. If Mrs. 6+ helped you out with painting the green skins, yeah, she may do. She's kind of got her own hobby. You may see her passing back and forward because she is got her stuff set up over there. She's downstairs at the moment, but she's got her eyelashes and stuff. And no, you're not going to see them being done on me tonight. So don't even ask. Get it out of your head. It was a one time, never again. Hobbygit says, I know it's pedantic as fuck to hate it, but don't know, it rubs me up the wrong way. Redwire said, no, you don't say. The bald knob finds a fancy hat. Is that what I should have titled this show? I've had this hat for ages, actually. My final dream for the Orcs is converting a model pirate ship into a fortress on wheels. Very cool. Seen a few of those done. There was at least one of those in my last community showcase video, actually. You might want to check that out, buddy, if you haven't seen it. Because someone did one of them very impressively. The Hobbygit, all the things that drive me up the wall nobody cares about, keeps me somewhat grounded, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Hobbygit, you do get riled up over stuff. And I'm like, why? It's good. It shows you're passionate. So, what have I been working on? Well, a lot of you know, because I've been kind of updating you as I've gone on with photos on the community group. So I'm going to kind of show you so one, I can show you, and two, I can then show you and move it to one side so I can clear this hobby area, because I've got no room to paint at the moment at all. So first off, I have this lot. So I've got this is not all of which, but this is stuff that I'm planning to add to make my force up to 1,500. Primarily the 3 def dreads. So I had 2 of them completely finished, other than having to drill out some barrels. So I did that today. And they fuck you know. And they got based. Did they get based today? No, I based them yesterday. I did do some basings down other bits though. But my 2 of them were fully done, and then one of them, he needed a few little bits. So this one, you won't see him very well at all because he's literally matte black sprayed, and so it's going to be really hard for the camera to focus in on it. But it is my sort of my def dread that I started doing for Skarner's vehicle build off ages ago, and he is the one that is armed with 3 custom mega blasters and a claw, the claw of which comes from the mech gun, because I just thought it looked like a cool cutting sort of weapon, like a welding cutting torch thing. And I was like, that makes him look a bit more mech. So he's a mecha dread, but he's not a mecha dread. He's a mech def dread, if that makes sense. He's a def dread, but he's like a sort of a mech version. I imagine that there is a mech boy strapped into there rather than a normal orc like most def dreads, and it was reflected in the thing. So he just needed finishing off. Basically, he was at 95% complete for the longest time. So I added some wiring. You can see that there. So he's got some cabling and stuff out the back. He's got his little sort of mech generator thing on there. Also added some extra little, don't you see that on there very well, on his shoulder pad just here. Added some extra plating, sort of teethy, sharp bits on there. Just to bulk him out a little bit, because he was looking a little bit, there was something missing, so he just needed a bit more just to perk him up. But yeah, I really love this guy. And he's also got his jaw plate, which is off at the moment. So yeah, I've got my 3 def dreads to add to the army, and some bomb squigs to go with my tank busters. So these are my custom bomb squigs I did ages ago. They've now been undercoated, ready for paint. And since I was doing the bomb squigs, I was basing them stuff. I thought, well, I'll go through that next unit of grots. Got them based and sprayed. I got a grot oiler based and sprayed. Even an ammo runt, which I'd never use, but fuck it, I was there. Still had a bit more glue left on the pallet, so I was like, yeah, get it on there, get them based. And my KFF Big Mech, who hasn't seen action for a while and was armed with different weapons, and I thought, well, I need to rip that arm off and make him legal. So I ripped it off. Jeez, I keep flicking around. And yeah, so he is now nice and legal. You probably saw him on the thing today. So he's been based as well. So yeah, getting them all ready to get the paint on, really. I'm looking forward to painting the def dreads, so I've got to say. I am looking forward to painting, because I love def dreads, and they're going to be quite easy for me to do, because I'm just matching the same scheme as I did with the killer cans. So it'll be rinse and repeat. I've done 6 killer cans now, and these are going to be done in the same style. And I'll do all 3 of them together at once. But yeah, they're going to be good fun. What we got in here? Scroll back through. Alexander said, "How are you feeling, Stevo?" Yeah, I've felt better, if I'm honest with you, mate. But I felt worse as well. So. Nothing new to see here, guys. Piss off, says Dread. Don't know what that's about. Talking about the Gloomspite shipwreck that someone has looted. Yeah, we've seen them looted. That looks like 1/3 of the way toward a proper Zenithal undercoat, mate. It's not happening, Dread. Plastic Crack Game, Stevo Storybird. Sorry, got sidetracked looking at new jobs. Oh, right, blimey. One day you'll cop on. Look who's rolled in late again. I can't give him any stick. I didn't roll into his live stream at all last night. I completely forgot about it. I watched it this morning, and it was very nice to wake up to have that to watch and have my morning coffee and watch that. It was good. It's always nice when you wake up to a nice long video like just that morning. You're just like, you've just woken up, get that coffee, get that fag rolled, sit there, and you're like, oh, cool. So chill out and watch and ease me into the day, puts me in a good mood, starts me off on the right foot. And it was a good video. If you haven't seen Plastic Crack's live video with the Pale Orc last night, go and check it out. It was a good watch. Very good watch. What else we got going on here? I don't know whether it's funny or just sad that my idols are Dreadwire Gaming and 6+ Stevo. Why wouldn't we be? Why wouldn't we be? You know, fair play to you, guy. Fair play. Yeah, I mean, as long as you don't have like some sort of shrine to us or something like around like in your bedroom ceiling or something, you know. There's not like a mannequin in the corner of the room with like a bald head and another one with like dreadlocks at the other side of the room. You know, then it's cool. As long as it doesn't get creepy, it's cool. So you crack on, buddy. And thank you. That's high praise indeed. Underdog Peyton's in here. It says I'll post a video up soon. Good stuff, Underdog. Plastic Rat Gaming says Wing It Gaming. Yeah, you're leaving someone out there, buddy. What we got? Roxy, you just don't hold back, do you? You just don't hold back. Navini says, I had to get off for a minute, and he's messaged back saying I'm back. Roxy's just there. No one cares. just brutal. Just boom, back in your place. Underdog Peyton, not far off 3K subs, not far at all. Yeah, really close. I think I'm like 8 subs away last looking. It's slowed down the last couple of days. I thought I'd have been there a couple of days ago actually, but I'm in no rush. And the reason being, because I've got a giveaway lined up. Every time I sort of hit another 1,000, I do a giveaway. And because of all this, I don't know when it's going to arrive. So, and I can't do the video without having the giveaway in my hands as part of the video to, you know. So the celebrations of the 3K may be delayed if I hit it before the package arrives. The postman keeps walking past my house every day. He keeps putting things through my letterbox and knocking on the door with parcels, and none of them are mine. So that kind of sucks. Death Dreads are always fun. Cutting Space Marines in half. Damn straight. The Pale Orc is offended by someone. Hopefully not me, mate. Plastic Cat Gaming says, I'll be watching your video from yesterday tomorrow. Yes, do watch it, Alexandra. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. You get a 2-for-1 on that one because you get Skarner and a Pale Orc. So you got some really good Orc chat going on there. Very good video. Dread and Hobby Git are going on about their different painting techniques. Dread has a technique that he's trying to get me to do. It's not going to happen, so he needs to stop wasting his breath. But I'm glad it works for him, and I'm sure his stuff's going to look incredible. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I won't be doing it. And yeah, it just looks like you're all giving each other shit in here today. Everyone's just having a pop at each other. Frost and Fists are in here. What's up, beautiful people? Hey, how are you doing, guys? Well, I say guys, it's probably just one of you, isn't it? Is it Wolf Brother Mythos? And there we go. Right, and Navini says he just got the notification for this stream 18 minutes after it started. But yes, so there we go. So I've got my Death Dreads coming along. So I am building a Dread mob. And at 1K, my Dread mob didn't have any Death Dreads in it. So it was a Dreadless Dread mob. So that had to be addressed. And yeah. And so, yeah, obviously Dread's been given out to me going, look, we'll do a 1,500 because it just kind of happened one day. We all said 1K. And yeah, then there was a talk of when we meet up and we'll do a 1,500 battle. I said, whoa, what are we talking about? No. 1K. That's what I said, 1K. I set myself an achievable, manageable goal. You know, bite-sized chunks, and from there I was going to add another 500, then another 5, and just keep, you know, and then build it up like that. Well, Scar sort of got on board with it, and Dread was on board with it, and I think Dim has probably already got that much painted anyway. And yeah, so I was like, well, I kind of got you now, haven't I? And I was still adamant that I wasn't, but because I'm almost done with this Death Killer War Trike, I thought, well, that's not in my 1K list, but I've been working on him as well, so he can now add to it. He's going to bump the points up. And yeah, so once I had a little fiddle around with the app Battlescribe, and thought, well, I need to add Death Dreads in there, so let's see what happens when I put my 3 Death Dreads in there and tweak and tweak it about a bit, and boom, it was 1500, and I was like, oh, okay. So with the addition of 3 def dreads and a couple of other little bits like some bomb squigs, just to change it up a bit, yeah, I can do it. So it's still achievable. It's still achievable, but it has moved the goalposts on me. But I've got to be thankful because it is getting stuff done, and I am getting a lot done, and I'm still managing to do. We've got down here. Sorry, guys, we'll get back on and have a look at what's going on in the chat in a minute. So I've got here some grots that are coming along. They all look like medic grots at the moment because there's a lot of white on them. Well, bone color anyway. It's like an off-white. And that's because some of those bits will be bone white, but some of them will be yellow, because I found that this color, skeleton bone, I love this paint so much. You've always got like 1 or 2 colors that are like your favorites to use. This is one of my favorites to use. You can put that over black. It's a really light color. It's like literally so close to white. And it just goes straight on. It usually needs like another thin coat over just to, if you're doing a large area. But yeah, it goes straight on. And then when you do any other color, like reds, I've had some problems with. And yellow, obviously you need a couple of coats. But when I put that on, the red and the yellows just go on beautiful. And since I'm painting all their teeth and claws, and they have like little rags and things, I paint some bits like an off-white color. I thought, well, I'm painting some bits that color anyway. So what I'll do is I'll paint all the bits that color and all the bits that are going to be yellow that color, and then just go over with the yellow. So that's they're getting along, those grots. And then also you'll have seen this dude today, my War banner knob that you may have seen me and Scar talking about on the Two Bald Knobs Saga the Beast review. At the end, we went through all the rules and everything in our big massive review, and at the very end we used the name generator and we came up with names for our War banner knobs. And so yeah, that inspired me to get cracking on him basically. And I'm gonna have to watch a video back to remind me exactly what his name is, but I think his name was Zagblag Steel Boots, which was really cool because I've been intending to use this body for him anyway with this bionic leg from the Flash Gets set. And yeah, so I've been working on just getting the design of the War banner itself done. So yeah, there you go. Some of the kids' arts and crafts supplies, they've got all this like colored card. So I've grabbed a yellow sheet and a black sheet, and I was sitting there cutting it out and making. I did just have it with the moon, but I wanted a black backing to it with like a board around it just to bulk it out a bit. I wanted the moon to be skinny, but I'm going to move the position of that eye as well. It makes him look too nice. I want him to look more evil, so I need to change the positioning of that eye a little bit. But that is the design basically. And the black backing, I just think it bulks it out a bit without having to increase the size of the moon, and then that way I can add rivets onto the yellow moon so it's bolted onto the backing bit. Lots of chipping and damage all around the edges, bullet holes through it. I might have some little trophies dangling off it or something. But yeah, that's the basic design. And the same with the guy himself. The gun needs a lot of work. I've literally just blue tacked that on the end of a pistol at the moment. I'm going to do a lot more modification to the actual gun, build up the magazine. He's probably going to have like a drum fed magazine, and I'll bulk out the size of the pistol so it matches the barrel. I don't want the barrel being bigger than the gun. I know they're orcs, but it's still got to make some kind of sense. Like if the barrels of the gun are higher and wider than the gun, how are the bullets getting in there? So I'm going to modify that slightly. And obviously he's going to be armored up and British. And I haven't decided. I may add a top knot to him, but I haven't decided on that yet because I really like that head. And the head is just blue tacked on as well because I'm not sure. Yeah, but he's going to be bulked out, have some trophies. He's going to look proper blinged out. He's going to be the man. He's one of my war boss's chosen elite. He's given the honor of carrying the Bad Moon banner into battle for the Broken Tooth tribe. That is the name of my my tribe. Oh, right. Let's get. And so the reason I'm shaking the white up is because I'm thinking I'm going to add some checkers onto one little bit of this Death Killer War Trike this evening. What else did I want to show you before I cracked on as well? I've also, what else have I done? Based this guy, Shock Attack gun. This was kindly donated to the channel and to me by Shadowcat yonks ago. She started painting it. and done a reasonable job. But what I'm going to do is go over the skin, because the skin is nice. She hadn't finished it, so it's work in progress, but she said you can finish it off basically. But she's got me off to a great start there, so she's not left me with much to do. But I am going to go over his skin purely because it's a darker shade than my orcs, so I'm going to go over it and just get him into line with my orcs, so he ties in with them. But I based him today. She told me as well that she'd missed a couple of mold lines that she didn't notice until she started painting, which we all do. Oh, I hate when that happens. I said, don't worry, it happens to all of us. But yeah, so I've scraped off them little bits of mold lines she was talking about, which wasn't many. She made it sound like it was really bad, and it wasn't. It was literally just one or two. So yeah, I'm just going to sort of go, but I won't need to change much because a lot of the colours she's used are very similar to the colours I use anyway. So I've just got to sort of go over his skin and touch him up and basically finish him off, really. So he may appear in my 1,500 point list if I can get him in there, because currently in my list it's my leader, who I lovingly converted and absolutely love. My big mech in mega armor with teleport blaster, combi scorcher upgraded to the Thunderbus, is he's really good if used correctly. But in this list I don't have any transports, and if to use him effectively he needs to be in a transport, because he has 4-inch movement, fairly short range gun, well, very short range guns that are absolutely fucking devastating, but very short range. So he needs to be in a transport to have any use at all. He can repair vehicles and stuff, but he's got no KFF because he's got the teleport blaster. He's just all dackered out. He has up to 21 shots if you're rolling well. And yeah, it's when he works well, he kicks ass. People scoff at him like that's just like a really bad build of a mech, and I'm like, yeah, but I just did it because it was cool, because he's a bad moon and he wants all the best guns. So I thought, how can I get the most amount of Dakar on this guy? And it turned out if you give him the combi scorcher, you upgrade the shooter part of it to the blunderbuss, the Thunderbus, which gives 2d6 auto hits. You've still got the scorcher, which gives 1d6 auto hits. So he's got 3d6 auto hits when he's within that range, plus 3 shots from the teleport blaster. And yeah, it's fucking nice, and he does well when he gets into range, but he's difficult to use. But when he gets in there, he kicks ass. So I don't know. He's not gonna work well in the list I've got. So I might be more suited to have this guy or my KFF big mech. So I haven't decided yet, but it's all dependent on time. If I don't have enough time to do them, then I'll just part with him and I'll use him. And I'll just have to part with his slow movement and the fact that he'll probably get shot off the board before he gets into combat. But hey, I won't really care, to be honest. If the army looks cool and it's painted and I can do battle reports without feeling ashamed, you know, I don't care if I get my ass kicked. I honestly don't, as long as I'm having fun. I genuinely don't care. Like during the game, I'll play competitive. I'm not one of these people that like says they don't care. Like I am competitive, but not to the point where I'm like in a sulky mood or whatever if I lose. Like, you know, I'll be going into it knowing that, you know, the battles are likely to be an uphill struggle. But with me, Dread, Scar, and Dim, I don't think any of us are coming at it from a point of uber competitive. There's banter, there's rivalry. We are going to play to win, but we're also going to play just to have a laugh and have some fun, you know. And it's going to be interesting. See in the comments there, Dread says he's rolled with battle wagons. And yet this is the really other interesting thing about it, is that between the 4 of us, the hobby git, there's a topic. Should it be shameful to play unpainted? That is a very good topic, mate. It's a very good topic. I have covered that one several times. I would never shame anyone for playing unpainted, but I do feel ashamed, not in general games, but on battle reports. I do feel ashamed. I feel like when Nick invites me over and I play a battle report on his channel, and he's a very gracious host and it's very fantastic to have me on the channel and play, I don't like it. I feel like I'm letting him down. It's just, and it's not great. I don't think for people to watch on YouTube. I don't think it's not visually appealing to people. So I get why some people have an issue with it, but yeah, I don't know. But no one should ever be made to feel ashamed for having unpainted, and that definitely not. They should be encouraged to do it for sure, because you get a lot out of it. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's really interesting actually, with the four of us all getting ready to get all this stuff painted and set ourselves a target, and we're kind of racing each other and motivating each other and spurring each other on, and it's really good. What's interesting though is that between the four of us, I think we're all going to have four incredibly different orc armies. As you just heard from me, I'm very much going for a dread mob. So mine is a heavily mechanized list. So mine is filled with mech. The main core of my list is mech guns, killer cans, death dreads, and tank busters. And then I've got some grots, small units of grots, small units of boys, and led by Death Killer Wartrike, Weird Boy, and a big mech of some description that I don't know yet what big mech it's going to be, but a big mech. So yeah, that's basically my army, a dread mob. Dread himself is going for a kind of a mechanized army as well, but a much more mobile, tank heavy army. He's tweaking the list and playing around with it, but basically he's going to be coming with battle wagons, aircraft, and things like that. So that's going to be really cool. Skarner is going for much more traditional sort of orc army of boys before toys. So he's got a lot of boys. I think he's getting in some commandos in there. So the core of his army will be boys and commandos, backed up by looters to sort of add the covering fire and stuff. So a very traditional sort of horde orc army. And then Dim will be coming at us with nothing but grots. So that's going to be cool. So we've got, like I said, four completely different armies, completely different builds, which is awesome because, and I think it's going to make it, when we do some battle reports and you start seeing them on our channels and things, it's going to make it interesting because I think a lot of, sorry guys, I can't find my Rizzlers. I need a smoke. Give me 1 sec. Oh, they're there. Yeah, I think you see a lot of the same armies over and over, because I think not all, but a lot of battle reports on YouTube focus on the meta, because that's what a lot of people are interested in. So they're showing these kind of high competitive games with strong lists going against each other, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I have no issue with that. They're cool. They're cool, and you learn a lot from watching those battle reports. But I think YouTube could do with a lot more fluffy bat reps and fun bat reps, and people just making lists that aren't necessarily the best, and just having fun with it and going at it with the spirit. And I think that's gonna. Wow, James Hugh, thank you very much, man. That's proper decent of you. That's incredible. That is going to help out big time. So I'll quickly cover this actually. James, thank you, man. That's really generous of you, especially at these times when I know we're all kind of worrying about money and stuff. So that's really cool. But yeah, all the anything like that, super chats, Patreon, advertising money, all goes back into the channel. The next things I'm looking to get in terms of for the channel is a second one of these second one of these cameras, so I can do like Scar does, a camera down, so you can have me on screen and then the camera down on what I'm working on, because currently when I do these live vids you don't see what I'm working on. I just kind of bring it up to the camera every now and again, and it is what it is. It's just, yeah. But yeah, that'll be the next thing on my list to get to improve the quality of the channel, and things like that. Just a huge help towards that. Thank you so much, man. But what was I saying? Yeah, a few more fluffy type battle reports. I think would be good, and I think you'll see a lot like that. And we'll probably end up doing like uber competitive games as well, or some of us will at some point. Because, like I say, they're cool to do as well. I find competitive, straight up tournament style game as fun as well in their own way. I'm not one of these people that's dead against that or turns their nose up at that at all. If someone says to me, right, you build the best list you can, and I'll do the same, and we're going to come at it, and we're going to come at it hard, and just fucking gloves off. We're just going to go at it. yeah, that's good fun for me as well, because I like that competitive edge sometimes. But yeah, it's going to be great fun. It's going to be great fun. I think of the three of my the list I'm probably fearing the most is probably Scars, because it's a lot of boys. It's a lot of boys, and I think a lot of my orc army. I've refined this list a fair bit actually, and I've been using it a fair bit. So it's not like it's tweaked, but it's a list I've been running Dread Mob for quite a while now, since the new codex and stuff. When I tried it back in the days of the index, it was fucking terrible. But once the codex came out and we got some buffs and tweaks and rules and that, it's done pretty good. But it's done good against Marines and Thousand Suns, and sort of more elite armies. So that lower volume of shots but high strength, high damage, high AP is really good against an army like Scars. A lot of my powerful shots are going to be overkill and wasted, because I'm just going to be shooting at boys and looters. So yeah, I do have a healthy smattering of anti-troop though. I've got a fair few big shooters in my army, which are great for thinning out the hordes and that. So it's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting. And I guess the Death Dreads will just have to get in there and do whack-a-mole, just be fucking swamping them up, and they get swamped by numbers. But it's going to be, I'll tell you what, guys, when this is what's hyping us all up to get it done as well, because when we do get it done, it's going to be such a laugh, hanging out with the guys, rolling some dice, having some banter, and just having some really good fun games. It's going to be great. Can you please turn the camera down off before you complete Pornhub though, mate? Dred's always on about Pornhub. I think he's like, what's the word? Sponsored by him or something. That would have tied directly into the opening gag of this video. I realised just after doing it that they were probably watching an advert while I was doing that. I was shaking my white paint, but I was shaking it off screen like that for ages, for like a good 10 seconds or so. So it kind of looked like you just walked in on me doing something, and then I raised it up to the camera, and I thought, oh, that'll have them laughing and that. And no one was responding. And I thought, well, even my joke was really shit, or they're just being a bunch of miserable bastards today. But then I realised, no, they were watching the fucking advert, weren't they? What we got in here? Wing It Gaming. I love narrative matches, but I've never played one. Stevo, just promise no crotch cam again. No, those days are gone, mate. No crotch cam again. Never live that one down. Looking forward to the battle reps. Most the time I can take them or leave them, but these ones will be super fun, interesting. Come on, lads. Well, yeah, we hope so, mate. I've always, I don't actually watch that many battle reports myself. If I watch them every now and again, certain channels and things, but I'm just not big into bat reps. I find them fairly, I don't know, a bit boring. I used to love battle reports in White Dwarf. I loved them in White Dwarf. One of the bits when I got my monthly magazine of White Dwarf, I was, back in them days, the 90s and that, I was so excited to read it, and I would always go to the battle report, see what two armies were facing and that, and it would always be whatever the new units were that month. So after a few issues, you twigged on very quick that it was always the new army or the army with the new units that win the game. It just kind of always happened that way. So they became a bit predictable, but sometimes they weren't always like that, because you'd have sometimes you get two battle reports in there, but they were always fun to read. And I love the little maps they put out, and they showed and they talked about the phases and stuff, and they were cool. But yeah, I think it depends on the battle report and who's doing it and stuff. And yeah, I think from us guys, I think you're going to see something bit more fun. I'm hoping anyway. I think we're going to try and we'll put our own spin on it. You know what we're like. We've got our own style and that, and casual kind of way of doing things. So there will be much banter. Yeah, the hobby get back when White Dwarf weren't a catalogue. I think they were always a catalogue. I remember filling out the catalogue sections at the back excitedly. I remember writing out the fucking shopping list and the part numbers and writing off my little order form ready to tear out and send off. So yeah, they were definitely always a catalogue. But yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Less so. It is kind of a magazine of advertising and stuff. Now, I haven't bought... actually, the last copy of White Dwarf I bought is sitting there, which is the only copy I currently own. I threw them away. Can you believe? I had a stack of them and I just threw them out years and years ago when I was cleaning out. I'm moving out. Oh my god, I'd love to have them now. Oh, would have given me so much content for videos now. I'd love to have done like retrospective look backs and, you know, nostalgic looks at them. Heartbreaking. What a dickhead. Live and learn, live and learn. But yeah, we got going on here. Too many battle reports are too long and filmed poorly. There are some good ones though. Yeah, there's a mix. There's a mix on there. There are some good ones. I do watch them every now and again. And some people love them. Battle reports are hugely popular. I think it's not so much that I'm criticizing the particular battle reports themselves or that they're doing anything wrong. It's just that I don't find them personally that interesting. The kind of content I like to watch on YouTube is I like lore videos, so I love watching, like, there's a lot of lore channels I watch. I love things like that, especially if it's a good long one, like a good hour long, a good couple of hours long, and I can settle down and listen to a lore video while painting, or like discussion type videos, and podcasts and things. And I like sort of tactics videos and stuff as well, and conversion videos. They're the kind of things I enjoy more than actually just kind of watching the games. I mean, I've seen some really bad ones where someone just literally leaves the camera on and they just play the game, but you can't hear it. It's just bad. So there are a few bad ones out there I've seen. The Red Mech says, I'd like to see the Pale Orc and Brack the War Boss have a battle report. That's got to happen. That has got to happen. That would be so cool. That would be so fucking cool. That really would. That really, really would. I'd like to see that. Yeah, them Australian orcs, man. They go at it hard, don't they? What else have I got to show you? It's my daughter's birthday today. She's 7 today. I don't know if I showed you this on the channel, but she painted up this guy with me the other day during the lockdown. We're all bored and that. She was watching me downstairs on the sofa. I was painting up some, I think I was painting up my shooter boys. And she was watching with great interest. No, my weird boy. It was when I was painting my weird boy. And she was fascinated by it because I'm always usually locked away in here painting. She doesn't see it. She sees the models, but she doesn't see me doing it. And the other 2 kids are off playing and doing their own thing. But she was just saying, going, "Oh, that looks really good, Daddy." And you spent a long time on that. And she's very artistic anyway and that. So I said to her, like, "Would you want to come and paint a model with me?" And that. She was like, "Yeah." And her eyes lit up. So we sat upstairs. And while I did a bit of painting, she painted this guy up. And he's called Starboy Shooter. That's what she called him. So she gave him a very orky name, even though he's a Primaris sergeant. So he's done that. Anyway, so it's her birthday today, and I ordered her because she had so much fun. I said to her during the thing while we were painting, I said, "Would you like a model yourself to paint, like maybe something that's not a soldier?" And she was like, yeah. So we got it for her. It came through. I was excited to see her open it, and her face did light up when she opened it. So I've got her this, which it's a Dungeons and Dragons miniature, but it's a Triceratops because she loves dinosaurs. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. And it says on there, primed, paint ready, out of the box, which is cool. Yeah, very cool. But he looks quite cool. So yeah, we're going to settle down with her tomorrow, and she's going to get some paint on this guy. And this will be easier for her to paint as well than this, I think, because with this, it's just kind of all skin tones and stuff. She can get some green or browns and stuff on there, slap some wash over it, and that we can get it looking quite. I think she'll really enjoy it because it will get it looking quite cool with some very simple techniques and that. And so she'll have a lot of fun doing that. Me and her can settle down, have some father-daughter time, doing some hobbying. But yeah, a little hobbyist in the making there. So she's got that ready to go. So there's that. I'm going to finish this fag and then I'm going to crack on with some painting because I haven't actually done anything yet. I've just been chatting to you. Dreadwell says she did a really decent job of it and she was enjoying the daddy-daughter time. Yes, she was, mate. She really was. And it's nice to spend some time doing some things like that with them, actually. They can be all right if they use lapel mics. I was talking about the battle reports again. Play on tabletop is the best for bat reps, but it is insane production value by a team of pros already. Yeah, some people use like really high-end equipment. And I know Nick himself uses like really good quality cameras and stuff, and the lighting he's got set up. He's got a good setup for his battle reports as well. But it can be done with cheaper equipment. As long as you've got good lighting and stuff, and a good setup, little area and that, you can do it well. And it's, if you take care of the editing, the shooting and that, you can get it. You know, there's so many different ways to do battle reports. Gaming background noise isn't something I want when I tune into a video, though. It depends. I've seen some that are done in gaming clubs, but I don't know if it's the type of mics they use or whatever. And you've got I've seen a few videos done, battle reports and reviews and stuff done in the middle of a gaming club as the gaming clubs run, and it made for a really cool video, actually, because you can hear the noises, but then they weren't overpowering. You could hear the guys talking very clearly, and it looked like a kind of almost like a news report on the scene kind of thing. And you've got the hustle and bustle of the club behind, and I thought that club looks really good, and it added a kind of an atmosphere to the video. So I think if you've got the right sort of mics that can tune that out to sort of background noise, you're okay. But yeah, if it's overpowering and you can't hear stuff, it just looks a bit amateurish and shit. Did I just say that? Amateurish. Yeah, I'm gonna just quit while I'm ahead there. So those D&D models are pretty sweet for the price as well. Yeah, it wasn't that pricey. It's a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I think actually it's a good size. That, because I was ordering, I was thinking, oh, if this thing comes and it looks quite good, I might get myself one and do like a squig off conversion. But no, it's not quite scale. But he is cool. He's quite detailed, and yeah. But she's well into dinosaurs, just like I was when I was a kid. So, yeah. What we got here? Yeah, Scar and Dread are talking about the lapel mics and the gaming sounds in the background. Phil the Glacial Geek does that well. Yeah, Glacial Geek's good. I haven't watched him for ages, actually. He don't, because it was one of these things that doesn't appear on my feed anymore, because I didn't watch a couple of videos, and then YouTube assumes I don't like watching his channel, which is not true. I very much enjoy the Glacial Geek. He seems like a really cool, laid-back guy as well. Yeah, I like him a lot, actually. After this, I need to find his channel and make sure I'm still subscribed to it, because sometimes it unsubscribes you from shit, which is bullshit. Because yeah, he does some good stuff. Wing It Gaming says Midwinter Minis and Striking Scorpion are good channels for battle reports. Yeah, Striking Scorpion is a good channel. I know some people like to hate because he's massively successful and he makes fuck tons of money. But hats off to him. Good luck to him. He is a good channel. I do like his channel a lot, actually. He does very good reviews, good battle reports. There's a lot of stuff behind a paywall, though. So you've got to be like a member or something, or pay to watch some of his content, which fair enough, but I don't do that. But yeah, he's a very good channel, which is why he's so fucking massive, because he's genuinely a really good channel. Play on Tabletop has great battle reports. I'd be fine with a slight ambient noise, like some gunfire explosions every now and again. God knows what background noise you're going to get on our bloody battle reports, mate. Not like ASMR. I hate that shit. Remind me, someone, what does ASMR stand for again? I always forget. I use a cat laser pointer for checking line of sight. Yeah, we used to do that. We used to do that back in 5th edition with like laser pointers and stuff. I do have one, actually, but I never use it. I've never needed to use it yet, but it's there in me army case if I do need it. Gork, forgive me. I'm seriously thinking of starting an elder army. Get out. Get out. You're not welcome around here anymore. Bloody pansies. You know, why would you want to do something like that, man? Why? Okay, listen. If it's Dark Elder or Drukari, I'll forgive you, because they're cool as fuck. They're one of my favorite factions, actually. They are very cool, but Yeah, G-Hype says get out. Haha. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Apparently, fuck me. Right, no. Pansy Elder Tart, says Sticks. Oh, you've set the cat amongst the pigeons there, mate. Blimey. Yeah, not one of my favourite factions. Just not a faction I'm really that interested in. Yeah. Well, Alexander says, confusing. I had an Elder army. Navini says, go Harlequins, if any. No! Bloody Harlequins! They make normal pansies look butch, prancing about in the bloody fairy costumes and that, dancing and twirling about. What's that all about? I'm sorry, man. I'm an orc. I just don't respect that. Just no. Alexander says, why, Stevo? It's just not my cup of tea, mate. They're not my cup of tea. They are so opposite to orcs. Like they're like the total opposite end of the spectrum. I used to play against one of my regular opponents, a good buddy of mine. He was all about the Eldar, and they're his favourite faction. He loved them, and for him, orcs were, again, for him, he just didn't see the appeal at all. But we both liked them as an opponent. So I like Eldar as an opponent to fight. I like fighting against them, but I would never have one myself because they're just not, a faction speaks to you, doesn't it? I love orcs in their simple, brutish nature of warfare, and I like that. I like the brute force better than the elegant sort of way of war. It doesn't excite me, that. And so it says, G says, Dread's going off. Ha ha ha. Dread says, ain't tuned in to hear about pansies. Orcs. Yeah, we're a little bit wheelchair. The fast, elite, heavy style is really quite attracting. I mean, to be fair, there are some cool units. Like Wraith Lords are cool. They've got some cool stuff. Warp Spiders are cool. Tricksy little fuckers. Yeah, I've had a lot of experience playing against Eldar. Bloody howling banshees and striking scorpions and that. Yeah, my Necrons used to come up against them regularly. Velgarn says, I still think the orc/Harlequin interactions are fun, with the Elder spinning, dancing and jumping, the orc looking at it confusing until he just punches the pansy in the gob. Bingo. I think I spoke about this the other day, but remember that scene on Indiana Jones when Indy's stand there and he's about to like go into this one-on-one duel, and there's the guy with the big scimitar sword, and he's like flaying it all about, spinning it around himself, like, wow, doing his big stance, and he stands there in his stance ready to go, and Indy just pulls out his gun and goes and takes him down. That's what I kind of visualize when my bad moons come up against them, when they're like twirling and prancing, it's just bang, dead. Or when he's an orc, it'll probably be bang, 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 and miss with most of them, but one of them's going to hit. But yeah, it's just Alexander says, do you get your orc butt whipped by Eldar then, Stevo? I don't think I've played against Eldar with orcs. I've played against Eldar many, many times. I played against them with my Chaos army back in the day, but primarily my Necrons, because Necrons were my primary force back then. I did get my butt whipped sometimes by the Eldar with my Necrons. But I think I beat them more often than they beat me. They used to hate it when my Deceiver took to the field, my Catan Deceiver, because back then in 5th edition, he was toughness 8, which meant all them strength 3 and strength Eldar, they couldn't hurt him. They'd get into combat and they'd go, right, what do I need to roll to wound? I said, well, you can't. They look at me like, what? I can't wound him because he's over double your strength. You can't wound him. And they'd just be devastated. They'd be stuck in combat with him as he's just destroying them. I didn't used to have too much trouble with them at that point. But yeah, they were Eldar Rangers and things. I used to have a lot of trouble with hiding buildings with like 2+ cover saves and that, picking my stuff off, and yeah, they were harsh. But anyway, we don't. Velgarn, fun fact: that scene wasn't actually intended to be on the Indiana Jones movie, but Lucas kept it in after Harrison Ford simply did that since they were redoing the scene too many times. Brilliant. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's very cool. Harrison actually had the flu and couldn't do the fight. It's funny how things work out like that, isn't it? The hobby git Wardex grumble. What? What do you what what have I said now? Don't worry, mate. You're not banned from saying it. You're not on Scar's Hobby Hangout now, so you're safe. You can. I heard it was because he was ill. Yeah. Oh, 5th Ed Necron's award book. 5th Ed Necron. Well, the fifth edition was still 3rd edition codex. It wasn't the next codex. I think the one you're thinking of, Hobby Git, would be 6th edition, because I had stopped playing. The only Necron codex I ever used was the 3rd edition one, and that went all the way through 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So I think I think the one you're referring to would be the following one, but I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, I loved that codex, man. 3rd edition Necron codex, I loved it. My favorite codex still to this day, actually. I love it. Great writing in that one, and awesome little short stories and stuff, and just it was cool codex. But anyway, let's get some of this paint on, and I've got my pencil somewhere as well, because I'm going to draw these checkers on the paneling on one bit of it. I'm going to get some black and white checkers on this thing, which I've never done before, and I thought, I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's missing something, it needs something, so I'm going to add just a little strip of them onto this, which I'm hoping won't look shit. So I need a straight line maker. So here we go. And because it's like, well, actually, that'd probably be all right using that, actually, wouldn't it? Because it's awkward to get to, I can't use a ruler. So that's why I'm using a straight line maker, which is meaning any piece of straight card I can use just to give myself a straight line. So let's go across there. And now big to make them. Whether to make them 2 or 3 deep on that bit. Well, let's draw the line where they're going to be. I think I'll make them 2, and I'll make them quite chunky ones. I don't know. I'll draw the first line and go from there. And hell, if it doesn't work, I can just paint back over it with yellow anyway. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Well, this is going well so far. And looking at the size of that, I think that'll be better as 2. So I need to get that nice and central. Let's draw a little line in the center of that. I mean, it doesn't have to be ultra neat, because they are orcs after all, but it still has to be fairly neat. I don't go in for the whole, oh, they're orcs, so you can do it shit, which I know a lot of people go by, but I don't think that's true, actually. I think you still need to a certain degree, be a perfectionist. There are corners you can cut and things with orcs, and the style of things, so you can get away with some sins and mistakes and stuff, but I think there's certain bits that you still need to get looking quite crisp and nice. Well, I'll make this crisp and nice, I'll do it all neat, but then I will then battle damage it up and chip it to, you know, not have it, you know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of trailing off everything I say at the moment, aren't I? It's because this is what I'm doing. I'm multitasking. I'm not as good at Scar as this stuff, man. But he's at work tonight, so you can't have him tonight. You're stuck with me. So let's get that across there, like so. And that's what I mean. This is why soon I will be getting a second camera, so you'll actually be able to watch what I'm doing, which I don't know if it'll be a good thing or a bad thing, because... And how many do I want? I want 1, 2, so there'll be 4 along there, then okay, so I'll do like a middle one there. Oh, I get you. So yeah, we'll go 1 there. I'm just drawing them on now. Literally never done this before. It's quite fun, actually. I watched a video on it the other day, someone doing it and how they do their checkers, and they did it this way where they just literally just draw on the bit. Should I do them like that or like that? Yeah, I'll do them like that. Get me straight line maker again. Do I need it? I don't think I need it. It's only little lines there. You're totally not going to be able to see this, but yeah, you can't really see it at all on the camera, and you can see, you can just about make out there, maybe. You see the little squares I put on there? So yeah, going to have some little checkers there, and we'll see how it goes. We shall see how it goes. I've got my white ready to rock and roll. So what we got on here: paint a row of squares, then offset a row of squares above or below them. Repeat till done. Yeah, I was going to do the offset ones, but I've just gone with them in the same bit, and then I'll alternate them like that. Because I know there's two ways you can do them. You can have them in a grid form, and so it's like that, or offset. So I've gone with like a grid form, so they're not offset. But yeah, that's how I've done it anyway on this one. First time doing it, so. The hobby git. I should really take the hit on live stream duties. Give people a chance to give me some stick on chat. Yes, do it, Dim. Do it. Orc stuff. Stevo, paint a row of squares. Oh yeah, I've already read that bit. I might do a live stream tomorrow. We'll see. Says Dread. Hello, guy. If I was playing, I'd focus in the walking chessboards to get them off the battlefield. Dreadwire Gaming, you need to. It says Wing It. Achievement only. Use a pencil to even it up. I always enjoy a live stream. Navini says, just make sure you sleep before you do it this time, Dread. Good advice. Gold, always believe in your soul. You're indestructible. Hobby you get is singing. I like the gold on the air intakers. Thank you, mate. Yeah, got a bit of bling on them. Bling, gotta bling them up. Yeah, damn straight, damn straight. Got gold flames on the bit as well. So yes, gotta be done. Now I went for the checkers. I was going to do the because the thing is. Another thing I haven't done yet on any of them, which I'm going to add to some things, is flames, because Bad Moons quite often decorate their armor with black flames. So they have yellow armor, but they'll have black flames coming up. Or you've got dags as well, which you can do. But yeah, I like the look of checkers, and I haven't put any in armor yet. I've got a few pieces of armor where it's already molded on, which makes it so easy, and I love it when any miniature has the checkers already molded on certain bits. You're like, oh, it's going to be so easy to paint, and it'll be so easy to make it look good. So I love bits like that. I've done one of my tank busters actually on one of his shoulder pads. He's got one of the ones from the Mega Knobs, which is like that, and he's got yellow and black ones, and they look really cool actually. But I'm going to do these ones white and black in the traditional style and just see what it's like. So yeah, I do need to just neaten this up a little bit and just get it looking right. It's looking good, I think. That looks fairly neat to me. Nice clear lines there. Just neaten that one up. Get a nice straight line. One's a little bit off. Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know. You're indestructible. Always believe. That'll do. Hopefully this will work. Like I said, I've never done them before. Let's finish this fag and then we'll crack on with it. You mix this white up again. Wing It Gamer says, join Dreadwire Gaming Discord now, or you're a git. Well, we're all gits, mate. We're in here. Everybody there is a git. Kyle Reiki, who's chatting about. See, you do some video, Kyle Reiki. Yes, Kyle Reiki. We're all looking forward to some of your videos, buddy. Definitely. I wonder what music orcs would go into battle with, says Alexander. My orcs actually do have a theme tune, which, because of copyright reasons, I can't play to you. I'll tell you what I'll do, actually. After this, what I will do in the orc community group, I'm going to make a post on the orc community group, and I will share with you a YouTube video of my orc tribe's theme tune, which when I heard the lyrics and the sound of it, and I was like, yes, that's them. And then in the responses, if you all share the YouTube video of what your tribes or your WAR's theme tune is, and it'll be interesting, actually, and we can share them on there, and that way we don't have to worry about all the copyright shit. So we'll do that. So I will share it as soon as I've finished this live stream. I'll be on there and I'll share you my orcs theme tune. Eye of the Tiger, says Dreadwild. No, it is not Eye of the Tiger, even though that is a cracking tune and an awesome film. No, it is not. I will let you see. If you want to know what it is, you'll have to, and you're not already on there, you'll have to join the 40k orc community to be able to see it, won't you? And if any of you are in here now and you're not part of the 40k orc community, then you are missing out. Get your asses on there. That coffee is cold, but damn good. Okay, here we go. Oh, kind of nervous about doing this. Why am I doing it live? It's dumb. Why are you trying out something new live? I have done stuff like this before. I remember with my Chaos Army, painting them, a couple of them, two-tone, like line right down the center, and some of it was easy because they have like the grill of their thing, which was already lined, but like chests and bits weren't. There was nothing there, so I had to do it real freehand, and they were red on one half and black on the other, and it looked really fucking cool. And then I had a mismatching, so like some of them would be like black, red, and then the other way around on the bottom half, and that sort of and split, and yeah, it looked really cool. And so they were all black and red, but in various different combinations, and then some of them were like split down the center, and it looks really cool. So I have done stuff like that before where you've got to be like really fucking neat and going over it. But right, let's see what this white is like then, because I've never used this yet. Oh, I've given that a good mix, as long as it's not like GW white, I'll be all right. It still needs a bit of a mix, I think. Oh, there we go. No, there we go. We just had a little bit of a sort of a plug at the top. A little worm came out. I thought, oh, the whole paint's like that. But no, it's come out nice and smooth, actually. Nearly went all over my fucking keyboard then. Shit. Hold it together, Stevo. Hold it together. Oh, fuck me. I need to tidy up. There's just too much stuff here. Oh, it's not good. It's all right. It's just a little dribble. Get the knob jokes going. Might see if I can. It'll probably take weeks though for mine to get to you. Roxy River says, gosh, white, yikes. Yeah, I know. This is what the quarantine has made Dread do. Don't know what that's referring to. Must be earlier chat. Don't bring out the worm on stream, says Navini. You just can't say anything on this show. Oh, we get can't touch this. MC Hammer. Use your goths, mate. Not so wet palette. Very wet palette. Too wet, I think, as was just demonstrated by me. Right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Behave yourselves. I'm going to head off now. Sticks. Dread and Sticks are off to have a little canoodle somewhere by the look of it. Ride of the Valkyries, best theme tune. Roxy Derivator, Dread, nope. Scotto, I even set a reminder this time. Fuck me. The reminders on YouTube are terrible, man. They never bloody work, do they? I'm always getting it myself. I missed quite a few live streams because of that. Right, here we go. Let's do some white. Oh, white's so scary to paint. Don't worry. I'm going to go with a thin coat. And if I have to go over it a bit, I'd rather do that and get it right. This is more about just getting the lines right. It's in an awkward position as well. Okay, so what ones do I want? Black. What ones do I want? White. We'll go black, white, black, white. No, let's do it the other way around. Let's go. Okay, so we'll go with these ones. Oh, that's going on all right. It is going on over a yellow coat though, so no reason why it shouldn't. Oh, my hands are shaky. It's because I'm live, because I'm nervous, because I know, even though you can't see what I'm doing, I'm feeling the pressure. I'm doing the white first, because then the black, if I go over with the white, it's not too bad, because I can neaten it up with the black. You know, something I used to use, I don't know if any of you ever heard of a rapid O-liner pen. They're like it's like a pen, but it's like a metal tip, sort of like what you get on the glues, and then like black ink comes out. And I didn't White Dwarf. I read it, and they said that some people used to use it for like drawing like black lines and stuff, like, you know, like in the recesses and bits. And sometimes you leave those bits black. And someone used those to draw in the lines, but they just slap the paint on and draw in these thick black lines to sort of get, and you could get like really thin ones and that. And they used to be, yeah, that used to be like a handy little tool. Something like that would be really handy for this. When you finish something, you want to draw over like a grid over it to sort of neaten it up. I've seen a few little like hobby cheats like that. I've seen people using what is it, like Sharpies as well, to do like edge highlighting and things with, which I know some people will like think is like the work of the devil, but hell, there's no, if something works and it saves you time and effort and it looks good, then why not do it? I've never tried it myself, but it's quite a cool idea, I think. Have any of you guys ever tried it using Sharpies? And if you had success with it, does it work? Because I know some people can find edge highlighting a bit daunting. I've kind of got used to doing it now. I'm fairly comfortable with my edge highlighting. It ain't the best, but I think it's fairly good. I think at that point, it's the bit I'm more nervous about, because if I make mistakes early on, I can fix them. But once I've washed it and then I'm on that final stage, I know that, right, this is the final stage. If I screw this up now, I've got to paint over that bit. And then if I paint over it, I've gone over the wash, and now it doesn't look the same as the other bit. And if you've got to apply like a little bit of wash to that bit, it never quite matches the rest of the wash. And so it's at like a really key point. It's when you're at that edge highlighting stage, that's kind of the stage where you can't fuck up. You've got to be really fucking careful. I think that's why it puts a lot of people off. It's coming along. It's coming along. Do excuse me, guys. I'm going to carry on chatting to you, but I'm not going to look up at the screen for a minute, because I want to just get this white bit done while I've got my flow going. And I'll tell you what, first time I've used Army Painter white, and I'm quite impressed, because that's good coverage and it's nice and smooth, and it doesn't seem chalky at all. I am going to have to go over with like a second coat, but it is quite watery, because I'm on, like I say, a very wet palette here. But I think you need it like that with white, because I think even like the best whites, just because of it being white, they do tend to be a bit chalky. But certainly from this very initial use of it, I already prefer it to GW's whites, or at least the GW whites of old that I used to use, because they were terrible. Terrible. I don't know if they're any better now. From what I've heard from the community who still use GW paints, they are no better, maybe even worse. I've heard stories of people cracking open brand new ones and they're just dry in the pot straight away. Not just whites either, just any colours. I think that's more of an issue with their pots rather than the actual paint mix itself. But here we go. I'll quick share. Right. Getting on there. Getting on there. I ain't the best checks I've ever seen, but they're checks. They're on there. Okay. It's looking all right. It's looking all right. It does need neatening up a bit, but it's getting there. I will get some black in a minute and we'll go over in the black ones and see how it looks. What we got going on in chat? Scroll up a little bit because you've all been chatting loads and I've missed a lot of it. Roxy Derivative says coloured pencils are great for scratches. Okay. I don't mind Brack's colour scheme. The white and baby blue looks not bad. I would do it myself, but it's cool to look at. Yeah, I like his colour scheme as well. Achievement Hunter says, I use pencil 6+. Yep. Same as what I've done for these things. I need a mechanical pencil though, but I can't get out to the shops to get one. You know, like really thin ones that you put up, like really like good ones that like mechanics and like engine, you know, techie people use designing things. Really like good ones. Gel pens are great for any small details. So yeah, a lot of you are using pens and pencils and various bits. If you can get the right kind, there are some Sharpies that come off shiny and it's bad, but there is paint Sharpies that dry matte and it's rather good. Good tip. I used Sharpies in my first year of painting, says Frost and Fists. Well, you've got to read the chat to find out, Stevo, laughing my ass off. Well, scroll up a bit then. If it isn't titanium white, I won't touch it. A lot of people talk about titanium white. Obviously a good one that a lot of people speak highly of. Dread saying that he uses his Sharpies on some bits. Sharpies are fine until they become blunties, says Walk Stuff. There's a few people who enjoy a good blunt. Hobby Git, I'm obsessive. If I screw up late, I'd restart. Yeah, when you make a mistake late, it can make you want to do that sometimes. It's not good. That's why it's just those very nerve-wracking bits. Plastic Rat says it is a bit of a pain trying to figure out a paint scheme you are happy with, but once you do, it helps massively. Yeah, it's getting started. It's finding out the scheme that you want. And I've got the scheme I like, so I'm kind of just rinsing and repeating it across the army, which is cool. So I'm cracking on now. But it did delay me for a while because I wasn't sure how I wanted my skin tone to be, what colours I was going to use. So yeah, I had to kind of get that figured out before I could really just crack on and, you know, hammer on with it. I won't put so much on this time because that white shot out because of that bloody, it's like popping a champagne bottle on that white, but that black has been well used, so there's no problem. I only need a little tiny bit. Great thing about dropper bottles as well, man, they last so long. I never had any run out on me yet. I've bought some of my most popular colours I use. I've got a few standby second bottles ready to go because I know that some of them, like my green skin, is now getting very low. My yellow is getting low. Bone colour is getting low. They're like probably the three colours I use the most. Some of my basing browns and stuff, because I use a lot of browns on the bases, they're getting quite low. Oh yeah, that one's really low. Gunmetal, because I use a lot of metallics, gunmetal, which is basically the same as GW's old bolt gunmetal. or what they call it now, lead belcher. It's basically that. Slightly different, but I think because I've used a bit of lead belcher as well, and makes them they do look to touch bits up, and then I've noticed that they do ever so slightly different if you're really looking closely, but they're basically the same color. Right, let's get some black on these checkers and see how they look. Why am I testing it out on like such an important miniature as well? Like one of my war bosses, my Death Killer War Trike. Should have tested this out on like a boy's shoulder pad or something, which I was intending to do, but this is kind of a flat area, so it's kind of easier to do the penciling in of the bit. I love army painter black. It's always just one coat. It's gives a really good coverage of black. Black's not a hard color to get right though, is it? Let's be honest. I don't really think whatever brand you use of black, it's going to be pretty good. Okay, this is the nerve-wracking bit now. This is the bit where I've got to be really fucking neat. Easy, easy. Again, with this, because I am going to chip and battle damage it a bit, if I do balls up on some bits, I can, and I do that. If a little bit of the wash hasn't gone on quite right, or I've kind of bodged up a little bit, I will go, oh, that's all right. Later on, when I'm applying the battle damage to this miniature, I'll put a nice scratch or a bullet mark there, and that will hide that sin. So I do use things like that to hide fuck ups, same as when I'm doing my conversions and that. If there's a little join or whatever that hasn't melded quite well, or I've done some sort of piss poor green stuff work, I will cover it up with a shoulder pad or a glyph or an armor plate or some bullets or whatever, So you may see like some of my boys are laden down with loads of accessories. It could be because I just wanted to load them up and they're bad moons and they've got all the gear, or the more likely thing is that probably I bulged up somewhere along the line. I thought I'll hide that with an ammo pouch or something. Okay. Oh, careful, careful, careful. So yeah, I need to basically go over this with go over the grid with the black lines in a bit. So probably should have done that first. It's all learning as I go. It's coming along now. I'm starting to see it take shape. I've just got to neaten up a bit, but it's looking all right. As soon as I've got the bits on, I will bring it up to the camera and show you guys, because I know you're blind at the moment. Like I said, second camera is next on my shopping list. Continue to improve the channel. My camera is where my camera is as well. It's not posable, so I'm not going to. And it's where it's positioned. It's not ideal to, if I turned it down, it'd all be sort of upside down and crap. So I'm not even going to attempt it. If any of you are in the comments asking me to do that, kind of just had the feeling then. I could see in the corner of my eye the chat going up. And because I'm painting, I'm not looking at it. I could almost feel someone going, put the camera down so we can see what you're doing. My answer is no, fuck off. Sorry. But yeah, I will do that. I won't need to do that soon because I will get that second camera and then you'll be able to see my beautiful bald head and whatever I'm doing at the same time, which I'm sure will be better. And then those of you that enjoy getting blinded by the shine off my bald head can have that. And those that want to see their work happening can see that. Which will be great when we do like two bald knobs, because then not only will you see what Scar's working on, but you'll see what I'm working on as well. So you see like both of us on at the same time, which will be cool. It's looking all right. It needs neatening up, but it's there. I just Shit me. Kyle. Bloody hell, man. Stop it, man. Thank you. Thank you. Like, oh my God. Actually makes me feel bad. No, it doesn't make me feel bad. Do you know what I mean? I don't want, it's not a negative. I just, thank you. That's like fucking nice of you. Like insanely nice. Your generosity is second to none, my friend. Well, there you go, guys. I can now afford to buy one. So you will see a second camera on the show, probably on my next live stream. Yeah, I will order one tomorrow because that in itself is pretty much what they cost. So, like, fucking incredible. Just you guys, man. Fucking hell. Just thank you. You're the, genuinely touched by things like that. And please, guys, please, I do not require or kind of want to ask. I don't want to, ask for things like that. When you do it, I'm massively appreciative, and it's not necessary. Like I always try and say to everyone, if you're just watching my content, then thank you. You're already doing more than enough, because if you're watching it and giving it a thumbs up and commenting and giving me that sort of verbal support and encouragement and constructive criticism and stuff, then that's great, and that's all I can ever ask for. But things like that genuinely do massively help towards the channel. Roxy River says Stevo's going to cry. I do get a bit emotional. If you've watched my video when I got the battle wagon. The camera's all gone out of focus now. Focus on me. Focus on me, camera. What are you doing? Been doing this a bit lately. I need to check the settings on it. Every now and again it does this. I think it's because of the bloody lighting. Yeah. I don't know. It'll refocus in a minute. It usually does. But yeah, when the Battle Fortress, when I got that, I was like, that genuinely did make me a bit emotional. Like I was just like, wow, just because it was just, I don't know. I couldn't even put it into words. I'm like, someone's done that for me. Like it kind of made me feel bad. Like, how can I ever repay that? Like, that's just so nice. Like, genuinely, just such a nice thing to do at great expense to that person as well. Castman it was. Huge expense to him, not only in the model itself, which is an incredibly valuable and rare miniature to get these days, incredibly rare, but the cost to send it over from the States was not cheap, and it was just wow, it was just incredible. And I think it would be something cool actually once I've got like the 15k done, and then free me up to do this. Focus of the camera is really bugging me now. Why have I gone all blurry and out of focus? Navini says, Steve, our emotions are okay. Soon you'll get them. Eldar ready. All right, look, because I'm getting emotional and I've had my eyelashes done. I don't think I'm turning soft, all right? Yeah, no, Skarner is able to accept super chat donations now too, by the way. He's over 1,000 subs, so let's get helping the git. Scott, he's trying to push for 2 new cameras now. Roxy says, drink your coffee, lass. Man's drink, Roxy. I've told you this. All right, there are no tea drinkers around these parts. Plastic Guy Gaming says, Dreadwire Gaming, nope, not got the watch time yet. Gaming, fuck off. What, for real? Yeah, no, he's not got a watch time yet, but he's not far off it. He'll have it soon. Definitely. Dreadwire, yeah, I'm in no rush. These things will happen in time. Yeah, it takes time, man. It takes time. I think some people, what is going on? Focus on me. Sorry, guys. If it's bugging me, I know it must be bugging you. Do you know what? Hold on. Try something. Well, it wasn't that. I thought something might have splashed on the lens or something, or I might have steamed it up or something. It's just gone a real low quality all of a sudden. Oh well, it is what it is. It can stay. But yeah, the checkers are looking quite cool, I think. They certainly look great because this is very forgiving camera focus at the moment. It's not going in. I mean, they're, like I say, I need tidying up. I need to neaten them up, but they're there. They're on. I've just got to go over the lines now, but I'm quite happy with that, actually. For something I was quite fearful of doing, for making it look shit, I think it's come out all right, and it's just added a little bit of something extra to it. So yeah, that's quite cool. So I will do more of those and dot them through some of my units. And there are a few boys. I'll add them on some shoulder pads and stuff. And I'll also, the next thing I want to try is some black flames, which will be a lot easier. We'll just do some wiggly lines up and then fill it, paint, either draw it on or paint it on and then fill it in black. That'll be nice and easy. And I know a lot of bad moons like their black flames and stuff, and it will look cool. Especially that would have looked very cool on this actually, but I didn't do that because where I've put it over the wheel arch, there's a black tire underneath, and it's the same as these little black spikes on the side, which are currently black, but I'm going to change them to gold. I did want them black, but because they're directly over the black tires, they kind of get lost. So actually, I'm going to paint them gold as well, or metallic or something, to have them stand out a bit more, because otherwise they just... There's certain positioning of colours, like a colour over another colour, otherwise you don't kind of see it and notice it. But mind you, on black, once they've been chipped and battle damaged, they might show up. I don't know. So it's all just kind of making it up as I go along with this thing. But he's almost there. So what else have we got going on here? Check us out, says Alex. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with him, mate. First time I've ever done them. So there you go. So I do try new techniques and things out. Plastic Crack Gaming, I'm quite surprised. I was first about it tonight. Don't know what that's in reference to because I keep missing a lot of the chat. Orc Stuff says, Stevo, what makes you think you look better in focus? Because I'm a handsome fucker, all right? You know this. Come on, man. Dreadwire Gaming, something I want for my channel after a PC is a soundboard so I can insert Geargut's evil laugh at the touch of a button. Frost and Fist, when my camera does this on stream, I can usually find it by holding my hand up to camera and slowly bringing it back to my face. It re-engages the autofocus. Thank you, Frost and Fist. Let's give it a go now. Okay. Back to focus. Stay on the hand. Stay on the hand. My hand is still in focus. Look at that. Frost and Fist. And now you're getting all this, guys, in full HD. This beautiful, handsome guy. Eh? There you go. Frost and Fist. Thank you, mate. You came to the rescue. All these people come to see this, and good stuff. And if the focus works out, he might be able to spot that label on his hat. Hey, he's getting in there, and he's getting in there. He's getting the old jabs in. Yeah, fuck off. I like my label dread. I ain't peeling it off either. I was waiting for someone to point out. I thought it'd be dim, actually, to be fair. Plastic Gaming, poor thing. You can't go about shocking folks like that. I haven't jumped at doing a channel because cameras and crap, haha, but I've been looking into it and got a phone holder and it was shit as haha. G, the Hyper Sapien, you can totally do it with a phone, mate. I still make a lot of my videos on this. So this is Samsung. This is fairly high-end phone, Samsung S10. So it's a really good one for making things on. If you're at like the top end of the spectrum on phones, you can make really good videos. The cameras in these are fantastic. You can get editors built in, and it is easy and quick. You can do, for the first year and a half of my channel, I didn't have a computer. So it was all done on my phone. Everything was done on my phone. And it did frustrate me with the limitations. And it was an older phone as well. My older videos, you'll notice I had a lot of problem with autofocus. Because I was doing it off a Sony Xperia then, which was like a mid-range phone, had a really good camera on it. But the annoying thing was it had autofocus that you could not turn off, which like whoever didn't have that option on that was just needs a kick in the balls, because that did ruin a lot of my videos. At least for me, it used to bug the hell out of me. And it started filling up and slowing down and having troubles and just overheating and just getting long in the tooth. So once I got the new phone, but yeah, you don't need a camera, you don't need a microphone, you don't need a computer. All you need to make good YouTube videos is a decent phone. Get yourself a decent phone, whether it be an iPhone. I don't know why you'd want one of them though, or a Samsung or like whatever. Get a good high-end phone with a good camera on it and some good memory and stuff, and you're laughing, mate. There's amazing stuff on there. I still make all my thumbnails on my phone. I do all sorts from my phone, editing wise and stuff. It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked back since I got the computer because I couldn't do stuff like this before. I used to struggle doing the live videos from a phone and that, and they were fun to do and they were still successful, and I made do with what I had, but they were perfectly fine. Underdog Painting says, I only use a phone, Samsung Galaxy S10 for 7 years. You've had the S10 for 7 years. Like, that's impressive in itself. It's only been out for a year and a bit, isn't it? But yeah, no, I think I know what you mean, mate. You've been using, like, you know, Stevo's camera just focused while his face was on screen. Dave Dog, what's going on? We're talking about phones, buddy, at the moment. Well, you know, using phones for YouTube. Dreadwire Gaming, message retracted. God, that must have been bad. Gee, I sleep on one day and look what I miss. I love doing thumbnails on the phone. It's so user-friendly. It is, man. It is. I tried some software creating thumbnails on the computer, and I hated it. I despised it. It was, I mean, I've only dabbled a little bit on the computer, and I know that there's tons you can do on the computer with thumbnails that you wouldn't be able to do on the phone. Like, it's limitless possibilities depending on what software you use. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It's so user-friendly. I've got an app on my phone called Thumbnail Maker, and it's brilliant for making thumbnails, but I use several different apps. So I will use, like, I'll take like photos or whatever, if I'm using photos or screenshots or whatever. I will edit them, crop them and stuff to put in the Thumbnail Maker, put them in the Thumbnail Maker, put the writing on, do all that, create that. And once I've done that, I like to add a border. So then I go into another app on my phone called Polish, which you can do further editing and stuff, and you can lighten things and you can change all kinds of stuff, but you can add cool borders. So most of my thumbnails you'll see have got like a border, because on YouTube, you're either on a white background or a black background, depending on what the user has their setting to. And a lot of my thumbnails tend to be white because the picture I'm using has a white background or whatever. So they'll be white, and that can get lost. So putting a border around it makes it stand out. Little tip there for you people. If you're doing white or black thumbnails, always stick a border on it, or else it'll get a bit lost and you're trying to stand out amongst all the other channels and videos that are up there. And my thumbnails aren't exactly the most advanced or fancy, but I think they kind of do the job they need to do, and I'm quite particular about my thumbnails. They don't always succeed. I do make some thumbnails. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, that thumbnail was shit. I'm always still learning as I go. Nick Idic Beer has been a great teacher for me on thumbnails and taught me some lessons with how to, that less is more sometimes, especially with wording and stuff on thumbnails. Just grab their attention. You can put all the information in on the title rather than the thumbnail. You don't have to put every word on the thumbnail. And that was something I had to learn to let go of, and literally just 1 or 2 or 3 words tops on the thumbnail. Just grab their attention with the key information in as fewer words as possible. But yeah, guys, honestly, if there's people in here right now thinking that they want to do a channel, and you know they're worried about the equipment they've got, whatever, just do it. A phone is fine. A phone is fine. Just make sure you're in a good, well lit location. The sound level, you're in a quiet room, so you haven't got background sound on that, and then just crack on. You can do it. You've got I've got a little phone stand here. Get one of these. Get a little phone stand off eBay, little tripod thing. Stick your phone in there, pop down. You're good to go. That's all you need. You do not need the fancy equipment. It can seem daunting because there's loads of channels that have that fancy equipment. But I've got a decent microphone now. I've got you'll hear me through this decent microphone that was recommended to me by, I've forgotten his name. He's a massive YouTuber, but a really big YouTuber anyway, that recommended this one to me. And that was a sort of a best budget buy. It was about 40, 50 quid. Really fucking good. So much better than, but the microphone in the camera itself there is pretty good. And that, again, the cameras I use about 40, 50, not top end, just good entry level. Because I've built the channel up slowly, you know, started with nothing, started with a crappy phone, started making videos, and slowly, a year of hard graft before I earned a single penny from like being able to advertise until I hit that 1K, and then slowly started getting a little bit of money in, and then just use that money, save it up. When enough's in there, draw it out to buy the next bit of equipment, save the money up for the computer itself. Didn't get a brand new computer. This is a reconditioned computer. And it's great for my purposes. It's not high end, it's not top end, but it's good. It's good for what I need it to do. And yeah, just slowly, bit by bit, build it up. But it takes time. I think a lot of people think that they're going to go on YouTube and get rich real quick. It don't work like that. You got to put in the work. You don't do YouTube to get rich. You do YouTube for the fun of it and the joy of it. And if you can make a bit of money along the way, then that's great. But like I say, I don't necessarily make money on it. It just, it's self-funding. That's what it is. It's self-funding. So I make the videos make money, then the money goes into the equipment or the miniatures or whatever to help the content continue to get better. Do you remember what I said at the beginning of this video? I was going to hope to have this Death Killer Wartrike ready for its wash. That isn't happening because all I've done is paint a couple of white and black squares on it. But I'm really chuffed with them, and I'm going to neaten them up. But I'm probably going to neaten them up after the stream because then I can concentrate more. So what's going on in the chat now? Dreadwar says, I love making thumbnails. It's one of my favorite parts of this thing. Yeah, I enjoy making thumbnails as well. And I love doing them on the phone because that means I can do them free while I'm doing whatever. I sort of sit down, you know, during a fag break at work or whatever, I'll be sitting there making a thumbnail for the video that's going to be on later that night or whatever. You know, I enjoy making thumbnails as well. Someone's asking a question. Tell us how you started, says the Red Mech. Yeah, we'll I'll how I started in what, YouTube or the hobby? Because in YouTube, it was that is a secret. I've talked about it before. Nick Beer was a big inspiration for me to get started, and someone else, Warhammer Will, was an inspiration as well, because I saw what he was doing, very simple videos that didn't need high-end equipment. I think he was doing it from his phone as well, and he was just showing videos that were just a very simple camera down. This is my conversions. This is, I think one of the first ones that showed was his tank busters, which not only inspired me to do my own tank busters and steal some of his ideas, but also in doing a video very similar. And one of my first videos, if not my first one, was showing off my tank busters. It was actually my very first video was showing off my tank busters. And yeah, so that's that was really cool. Yeah, it's so yeah, but I'll go into that in further detail in an upcoming video, buddy. Dread says, Stevo, call me after, mate. I got something to tell you. Intriguing. Okay. Orc stuff, not far. Was on the phone to the missus, hence late reply. G Hypersafe says, what editing apps do you lads use? I'm trying KineMaster. A lot of people use KineMaster. I used KineMaster on my very first video that none of you have seen, because I put it up on the channel just to test it out before I had any subscribers. And then I didn't think it was good enough to have as a video. It was literally just for me to practice using it. So I did try KineMaster. It is good. On the phone, I use Power Director. I like it. I find it's much more user-friendly for me. I found it easier to use and better, actually. But I think there's not much they're both being updated constantly, and they're both like the two main competitors for like the phone editors. I did try using Power Director on the computer, and I hated it because it's nothing like it is on the phone. And I also thought that, because I'm paying for it on the phone, I'll get it on the computer. I'll just log into my account, but it doesn't work like that. It's a completely different app. So Power Director, and so I'm like, if you're paying for one, surely you should just get both. But yeah, I didn't like it anyway. So on the computer, I use Resolve editor, which Skarna directed me to, and I had a bit of trouble using that to start with, and I'm still got so much to learn on it. I'm only using the very basics, but it's good. It's a good editor, very good editor actually. But I do need to learn a lot more of the intricacies of it. But Power Director, I'm really sort of well used to using now, and it's so user friendly. It's great. One issue I'm having is funding free background music, says G the Hyper Sapien. Yeah, that can be an issue, because I've had that issue, buddy. I've had that issue very recently. You'll notice on our Two Bald Knobs, our intro music is cut off now, because we've started to get demonetized when we use our intro music, which is music that is supplied in my editor. So it's supposedly, all the stuff on there is supposedly supposed to be copyright free stuff. But hasn't worked out like that, because suddenly now they've decided that no, it's copyright. And I've also had the same issue with going on to like websites with like copyright free music. It's literally labeled like a website called copyright free music, and you go on there and download the stuff. And then I've put it, and I did like a little lore video, but I didn't publish it, as I didn't make it public, because it was just a practice run. I'd sent it to Scar, said, can you watch this video and just tell me what you think? I'm thinking of making a video like this. This is a rough cut of it. And I put some backing music to it that came from a copyright free music website, put it on there, and it got the fucking copyright sting. I'm like, what? But then other times I've used it. So you kind of got to, it's a bit of trial and error. So yeah. So I very rarely bother with background music. There's certain videos, I think things like lore videos and that kind of need background music, or something at least to add to it. But yeah, there is a bit of an issue with that. Or you could do what Dread does and just not care. But I would not advise that. Do not do that. What's this guy here? I think he's still lots of chat there about thumbnails and music and stuff. Alexander, I can't remember, but do you have a video on why you love and play with orcs, Stevo? Yeah, we did one a while back on my channel, mate. Have a scroll back through the videos. Me, Dread, Scar, and Green Tide 40k did a video. The four of us, I had the three of them guest on there, and we all answered questions like, why do you play orcs? Why did you play your specific clan and everything? And we talked about that. And yeah, we covered kind of all of that quite extensively actually on that video. So yeah, go and find that video, buddy. Because that was a good fun one to put together actually. It was quite an old one. We did that quite a while ago. It was, I think the video is called like Why Orcs or something like that. And the thumbnail is a picture of all four of us on there. It was quite an old one. And that was one of the ones using my old camera actually. So I've still got the focus popping in and out quite badly. And so, yeah, it's not the best put together video, but it's dated now. It's one of them ones you look back on, you're like, oh, so much better now. Maybe I'll look back on these ones and that. Ain't seen Green Tide around for a while, says Dave Dog. No, we haven't, buddy. We miss him. We miss him dearly. Gazzy came out, the big goth boss, and then the goth channel is not there to cover it. And he had to leave it to the likes of us Bad Moons and Blood Axes and Freebooters to talk about it. It's just not right, is it? You need goth representation on YouTube. Dreadwild Gaming says, I'm lucky enough to live with a music producer, so he fixed me up with an intro jingle. That helps. That helps. That's not one way around it, mate. If you know a musician, get them to make some music for you and then allow you to use it. That's one way around it. Or get a Casio keyboard or something and just be like the cat on the meme. Just have that going. But I mean, there is copyright free music. There's loads out there. You've just got to make sure that, I think sometimes they start out as copyright free, and then later on, whoever made it decides to then copyright it. And then the website doesn't get updated. So sometimes they're kind of falsely telling you it's copyright free. And it doesn't always work like that. But yeah, there is a lot out there. You just got to go hunting for it. The best way is to get a load of copyright free music, download it, check that it says it's all free from copyright and you can use it on videos and you're allowed to use it. You might have to put like links. That's what they kind of ask you to do usually, is put, if you use it in a video, please put a link telling, with our website or whatever, which is fair enough. And then put it in a video, but make it private, but it will still demonetize it or tell you if it's copyright on there. So it's a way to test the water before you use it in a proper video. That would be the advice I'd give you. To upload it as like a private video or an unlisted video just to test the waters. And then YouTube will go, oh, you can't use that. And you'd be like, okay, I know not to use that one then. So you could maybe make like a long video and just put all the music that you've got on and see what ones get flagged up. But then it's not public, so you can like test it without, testing it in front of people, if you know what I mean. But that's one way to do it. Hello, who's this? Hello, darling. Just got out of the bath. You say hello to the lads?
Hi.
There you go. Are you going to be doing your lashes?
Yeah, practicing next time I do you.
No, we've already discussed that. Ain't happening. You got your mannequin head now, ain't you? Can you bring that mannequin head over, actually? You'll show it to the guys.
Don't.
I won't mess with it. Not now, at least, anyway.
I've already done. I'll do one now.
This bloody thing. Look at this thing that's sharing the room with us. That is freaky as hell, isn't it?
It's got eyelashes on the head, though.
Yeah. There you go, eh? So that's what she can test on now, rather than testing on me. But yeah, you do your eyelashes on it, don't you? And then when I annoy you, sometimes you punch it, pretend it's me.
Stab it in the head as well.
It's bald like me as well. It's like there's two of me. There you go. Can't tell the difference. Cheers, darling. Dreadwell go. You're not listening, you pillock. It's not just about how your token is deleted. Oh, talking about the music there. Yeah, yeah. Be careful, Dread, is all I'm gonna say. It's nice to have the music playing in the background. On your live vids and that, it is cool. It's nice to have the music. I get it. It is cool. And it does give your videos a really cool vibe. But I worry for your channel. And I know how hard you have worked your arse off on that channel. And it would be devastating, not just to you, but to all of your subscribers as well, if something horrible like that was to happen. And I think, I don't know, I just think just be careful, bud. I would kind of steer clear of it myself. I really would, even though it is cool and it is nice to listen to some good tunes. But yeah, like I said, like with my my theme tune for my army, I'm going to post that in the community soon. So when I do, guys, you make sure you post, and that way we can I would love to do a video of that and have the song on there and say, this is the song for Army, and play it over the backing of my Army. Do like my Army showcase and use my theme tune. It would get the copyright flag so fucking quick, which is a bummer. But, it is what it is. Artists have to protect their creations, don't they? Much like we wouldn't like to see content that we made stolen and put on another website and they get a load of money and advertising from it. We're like, hang on a minute, that's mine. I made that. Like, why are you making money off my work? Dread says, thanks, bud. Appreciate the love. I don't know if that was to me or to other people, but he appreciates the love anyway, and there's a lot of love in it. I worked on my truck today. My son now has it attacking with all of his dinosaurs. Make sure he doesn't chip your paintwork, buddy. Son, yeah, his son's attacking his truck with dinosaurs. Maybe they're squig-offs. Maybe you can turn one of them dinosaurs into a squig off. There's an idea for you. Dave Dog, yeah, Dreadwire Gaming Channel getting shut down would be like Blue Peter getting axed. I think I would miss his channel more than Blue Peter. I never watched Blue Peter as a kid. I was one of the cool kids watching Channel 3. I wasn't watching Blue Peter. I can't remember what was on at the same time as Blue Peter, but I can tell you I wasn't watching Blue Peter. But it was a British institution, wasn't it? It's like one of them things, even though you don't want it, even though you don't watch it, you kind of want it to be on because it's a British, it's like the Queen's speech. I don't watch the Queen's speech at Christmas, but I still want it to happen because it's a British tradition. It's got to stick around. Oh, Marcus says, is it a truck or a battle wagon? Yeah, yeah, look, Dred's free to call it what he wants. Regardless, it can be a truck, a battle wagon, a fucking battle fortress, or a grot tank for all I care. It looks really fucking cool. It's a fantastic conversion, and Dred's doing some nice work to it. Me, myself, I always like to, they're not here at hand. I've shown them on videos before, but my truck conversions and like looted wagon things, they always match. I always try and get them to match the size of the real thing. So like my converted truck is like pretty much the same size footprint wise as the proper Orc truck, and I like that. That's kind of, I restrict myself kind of on purpose with that and try and get them to at least kind of have some similarities and scale and stuff to what they're representing, just because of in-game terms. And that same reason I don't like oversized war bosses, because the stats don't match it, and so I'm a bit of a stickler for that. But who am I to say someone else can't scale something up or scale something down? Because it's your army, it's your fun, it's your hobby. And so I'm a great believer in that everyone should just do what they want. And if they like it, they've paid the money for it, they're putting the work in. So who are any of us to tell them that what they're doing is wrong in anything? Building, painting, converting. You know, it's like someone painting their orcs like pale skin color and someone going, oh, they have to be green. Do they? Did you buy them? No, they bought them. They're playing with them. They're putting in the effort and painting whatever bloody colour they want. As long as you're having fun with it. Doesn't mean you have to like it. I see loads of work that people do that I'm like, not a fan of that myself, but I can respect the work that's gone into it. And if they're happy with it, hats off to them. Oh, be careful. I said I was going to do this. Hey, Dan Skull's in here. Brack says, yeah, I'm with you, Stevo. And the Pale Orc says hashtag battle truck. Hobby Git, Stevo, always the class act. I wouldn't go that far, Hobby Git. I try to be. Have my moments. I do try, and I don't like to upset people. I like to always try and be fair and diplomatic. Why are you sniggering over there? Why are you think? Well, that's different. This is hobby talk. Real life is different. I say real, like I've got a bit of a reputation on here as being. See, Hobby Get saying he says compared to me, you're a fucking angel. But I think me and Hobby Get, although Hobby Get comes across as quite a sort of a cynical, let me say, person, and maybe someone that's quite bad tempered, and you know, he's got that kind of reputation now, and I've got a reputation as a bit of a fanboy and overexcited and, you know, happy with everything all the time. But which I find really strange, because in real life, with sort of work and stresses of life, I am a miserable bastard. And I think it's probably why I'm so happy in terms of the hobby all the time, is because it's my escape from all that. So this is my outlet. So I don't want to have, so I kind of focus on the positives in the hobby, because it's my escape from the sort of the negatives of life, if you will. So I don't want to come in this and be all moody and grumpy all the time. There are certain things that make me moody and grumpy in the hobby, and certain, you know, characters and things you come across sometimes, but not much, especially not with the community we've got. Most of you guys rock. All you guys rock. Yeah, I'm going to have to continue this off the stream because I'm kind of messing it up. I'm not messing it up, but I'm just not being as neat as I need to be. And so when I finish off my checkers, I need to have full 100% focus. And I just can't do that while chatting to you guys, I'm afraid. I cannot do it. So what we've got going in chat, Big Mac Dance Gold, truck size is up to the individual, like you say. For me, the truck being physically too small for 12 boys is part of the abstract element of 40k that it's best to accept. Hobby Git says, yeah, I'm the opposite, basically. In life, I'm happy, go lucky. Well, there you go then. This is your escape from happiness then. Come into the hobby to be a moody git. Essex Boys, my missus just saw you and was surprised by how handsome you are. Oh, well, that's nice. Surprised? She must have heard my voice and thought, he sounds like a right mong. Navini, you will always have the feeling of the love of the community, mate, if ever feeling down. That's true. That's true. I don't touch my normal Facebook anymore. Very rarely, because it's crap. And normies are so boring. And so I've just got my second account, which is now my primary account, which is all hobby stuff. And it's all you guys in the 40k community. And every day I look, I'm just scrolling through it and seeing conversions and messages and people working together and collaborating and advising each other and having banter, and it's just great. It's awesome. It's a very positive experience and I love it. It's so much better than normal Facebook where you see the same generic copy and paste statuses and just, I don't know, people moaning, I don't know, hashtag bored and shit, or selfies, and it's just crap. It's utter mindless garbage and I don't care for it. So yeah, you guys do keep me going, especially during this lockdown madness. Which has been crazy. It's been mental for us, hasn't it, babes? Last time you saw Mrs. 6+, she was happy and healthy. We were enjoying the lockdown. She was doing my eyelashes. She came and painted a pink orc, and things were good. We were enjoying this sort of lifestyle, making the best of a tricky situation. And she got really ill, and we don't know. I don't think we'll ever know for sure what it was, but the doctor said without doing the proper test that he was pretty sure it was COVID-19. And you were knocked on your ass for a long time, weren't you? Yeah, she's basically been self-isolating up in the room. And me and the kids have been separated from her, and it's been hard going. And I've never seen her like that. I've seen her had bad flus, bad illnesses before, but this knocked her completely on her ass for well over a week. She basically slept for a week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, yeah. Well, it's all been a blur to me, babes. It's been just mental. Bloody horrible, really was. And so I'm high risk because of my condition. So I was not allowed to leave the house. She certainly wasn't allowed to leave the house. Me and the kids couldn't go anywhere near her. So we had to get people to come and go and pick up my prescriptions for me and get bits of shopping for us and drop them at the gate. And yeah, really weird, but she's feeling better now. And now it's nice because I feel like, we can start enjoying the lockdown again now. And it's been nice. Dreadwire says, glad you're on the mend now, darling. And Navini says, glad you're getting better. Lots of people saying glad you're getting better and they're wishing you all the best. There you go. See? This is why I'm into this so much, babes, because there's so much positivity and love. Feel the love. Fuck off. I'm all right. I'm not as miserable as you make out. I'm all right. I'm happy. Give me some fucking models to build now. I'm happy. G the Hyper Sapien says, fingers crossed you all stay well. I hope so, man. I hope so. The Hobby Git +1 for the positive messages. Orc stuff. I had a flu jab last year and I've had a cold ever since. I had a flu jab very recently, mate, because I'm about to get a load more injections any day now. And yeah, that made me feel a bit weird. And I've had a bit of a cold for a long time. I don't know. I'm on all sorts of medication at the moment. Heavy dose of steroids and stuff at the moment. I've been on for months now. And I don't know if I've had the thing that she had, but I'm just showing less symptoms of it because of the steroids. I don't know, or I've just got a general cold, or I don't know, but I'm not feeling 100%. You probably see the bags under my eyes. Yeah, just, but I don't know. But I'm all right, and we're all right. And the most important thing is that all of the kids are all right, because that was getting a bit scary. There was a couple of days where they had like sniffly noses and that, and I'm like, please don't be coming down with it, please, because that's obviously where it gets really scary then. Although kids are usually tougher and deal with it better, you still don't want them to, because it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. I've already seen posts on Facebook and stuff of people's relatives. Another YouTuber, I saw that one of their relatives, their uncle, had passed away from it and stuff. It's tragic. It's horrendous. Dreadwire says the irony that we're all into brutish orcs, yet we're genuinely the nicest community in the 40k universe, let alone the outside world. Damn straight, man. Damn straight. I've never known a community like it. Dreadwire also says I wouldn't be free and happy without the community. I'd be locked up for taking me rage out on some pansy player. Yeah, it's kept me going, if I'm honest. Like, I think we, not just us, but hobbyists in general, nerds, are well equipped to deal with this lockdown madness. Whether you're into your computer gaming or your role playing or your hobby and stuff, anything like that. It's don't you're sniggering at. I said, not that sort of role play. Your mind out the gutter, darling. I've lost my fucking train of thought now. I knew it was a bad idea letting you in the room while I was doing a live stream. Yeah, we're better equipped to deal with this madness, I think, because I would be going a bit mental if I was stuck indoors all day with the kids and everything, and just that not being able to get an escape from it, even just to go for a walk or go to the shop. I know you can do that a little bit, but you still got to be restrictive, or go around a friend's house, or do something. It's that variety, and it's this. And I know that Mrs. 6+ over there feels the same. She's now cracking on with her lashes in between giggling at me. And I think without that, she'd be finding it hard as well, because we're both quite active people in terms of always needing to be doing something and achieving something. And usually you sort of do that with work and stuff and things. But when you haven't got that, you need something to focus your energies on. And this is like my second job. So YouTube and the hobby, I thank fuck, man, because without it, I don't know if I'd be enjoying this. It wouldn't be the same. But it's been good to be able to crack on and get some stuff done, for sure. It really has. Let's read what you guys are saying in the comments section. Dave Dog says, I don't trust vaccines. I just eat fruit, water, milk, vegetables, protein and carbohydrates, etc. Mostly fresh, and I'm never ill. And that is great advice. That is great advice, yeah. Put good shit in your body, and not these, and not too much of this, and, crap like that doesn't help. I had a mate 45 in the hospital with the virus, and he was in 7 days or so. He had no underlying condition and no immune deficiency. Blimey. It shows you how serious this thing is. Some people still aren't taking it seriously, man. I still see people walking past my house all the time, socializing, groups, and it fucks me off. They're just not getting it. They're not getting it. They're putting loads of people at risk, and it's selfish. Really fucking selfish. Navini says the missus mentions roleplay. Stevo ends streaming. I'll get the elf costume on. I'll dress up as a fucking wizard. Alexandra, is Orc Community the biggest on YouTube and Facebook in the 40k community? No, but we're the best. But we're growing massively fast as well. We are hitting 1,000 members on the 40k Orc community very soon. We are just growing and growing every day. People joining. We're getting plugged from so many different channels now, and people are, people in there are inviting their friends. They're like, "Come and join this because it's like a really cool bunch." And we stamp out any arseholes pretty quick as well. We don't tolerate bullshit. We've had very little of that though, very little compared to other groups. People get a warning once, and then they do it like, sorry mate, you're out. We don't want that. We don't stand for people being rude or nasty to each other. It's about having a laugh and showing off creations and helping each other out, and it's brilliant. It's awesome. Met lots of cool people on there. I'm very helpful with people that have helped me out with my channel and stuff, and it's cool. It's a cool place to be. And speaking of which, coming up soon on this channel, I will be doing the third 40k community showcase video, which this time is terrain. So that's going to be a cool one. I've got a little piece of terrain, actually. I need to finish off painting up for it so I can at least show off something that I've done on it at the same time. But yeah, that video will be coming up very soon. You guys have been sharing that in the Facebook post that I put up. Some cool looking pieces of Orky inspired terrain. And then when that one goes up, not long after, we'll get another one going, because these have been really popular and they're really fun to do. They take a lot of editing work. Like they're very labor intensive on the editing front to get the video put together, but great fun. And it's fantastic giving you guys a chance to showcase your work on the channel, and so inspirational. And every time I've done one of them videos, we get a big surge in numbers of people wanting to join the 40k community, because they're seeing what you guys are producing. The work that you're doing is attracting more people to come over and see more of it and be able to share their work as well. And so we're just constantly inspiring each other each day, all the time. Frost and Fist signing up now. Warhammer 40k Orcs, right? No. It's a 40k Orc community, buddy. That's one of our competition groups, but they're cool as well. Oh, that's a cool group as well. They're not as good as us though. But yeah, join that one as well, Frost and Fist, certainly. Sorry, mate, I thought you were already in the group, actually. Dave Dog says, the Hobby Git, oi, I'm painting Ultramarine. Show some respect, man. Oh, is Hobby Git giving out a bloody, it'll be bloody Marine players. Yeah, Belligerent Duck also include posts which are just in the group. Yeah, I've been a bit of a hermit the last few years, so I don't really feel affected by it. Yeah, I'm similar, mate. I kind of like the hermit lifestyle, if I'm honest with you. People are kind of overrated. I have depression, so I haven't worked for a few years, dude. I feel that, man. That can be rough. Depression is a nasty, nasty thing. I've suffered from it myself over the years, and it is a tough thing to get control of. And there's not a cure for it either, really. You learn there's coping mechanisms and ways to deal with it and stuff. But I think things like this help. Certainly helps me. Keeps me focused. Keeps me every day. I'm working towards a goal. I'm achieving something, and I'm being creative, and it's fun, and it's keeps my mind in a positive direction. So like I said, without this hobby and without this community and this channel, I think I would struggle a lot more through the current climate. All my partying days and crap are over. Same here, buddy. Same here. I used to party hard. I don't have much interest in it anymore. Yeah, that's true. Definitely, Steve. That's why I want to do it. Keep me busy, etc. Yeah, it's great. You've got to, otherwise, if you just don't do anything, you just wither and die. You need something. I don't know how people get through life without some kind of hobby or outlet. It doesn't have to be this, but something. And I think a lot of those people, they're suffering now. The socialites and the party animals, they don't know what to fucking do. Especially if they ain't got a bottle of wine in their hands, they're fucked. They're fucked. They don't know how to have fun without alcohol. There's a lot of people like that out there. And I'm seeing, if I go onto a regular normie Facebook, that's the sort of shit I'm seeing. I'm seeing people like the first day of the lockdown, people going, oh, I'm bored already. Well, do something then. Pull your head out your ass. Do something. You can just, I know you're restricted, but you can literally do whatever you want. Find something and do it. I don't know, write a fucking story, draw a picture, paint your house, do some DIY, do some exercise, do something, get something. Don't just sit there scrolling through Facebook, putting depressing posts up. Get a fucking life. And this is coming from a nerd. So that's like major diss. Sorry, I'm going off on rant territory here now. Roxy says, hey, I drink wine. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that. Drink. I don't mind the occasional bit of wine. I'm virtually teetotal, but I do like the occasional glass of wine or bottle. But yeah, it's I'm more talking like, I don't know, just people that don't, you know what I'm saying, people that are much more social and thing, and that's kind of their lives. They work, they go home, then they live for the weekend. You know, Friday night it's party, and then they go work again, and then they party again, and that's their life, and that's what they've done. Cycle, repeat. They don't have anything else outside of that. If you take the alcohol away, you take the friends away, you take the partying away, what are they left with? What is the core of that person? What is? There's nothing there. What do? Sit at home and watch X Factor or reality TV and scroll through Facebook. There's a lot of people like that in the world, and it's fucking depressing. Roxy says, yeah, I'm a whole bottle girl. I don't mind the occasional glass of bottle bag in box, says Naveen. No, genuinely, I very rarely drink these days. Very rarely. Me and the missus will occasionally, one evening, we'll get a bottle of wine between us, and we'll have a bottle of wine. We both used to drink quite heavy. Neither of us miss it. A bottle of wine a night. Yeah, we did, to be fair. And then when we would go out, shots and just, the thought of it now sort of turns my stomach. I can't deal with hangovers now. I'm too old for that shit. Fucking sniggering at me again.
I'll put my headphones in now, so I won't be able to listen.
Dave Dog, I'm ripping up my ticket to the Beckham's pajama party right this minute. Arterius Lux, although being a key worker, I've had a bit more time to work on my radio control Orc ship, Bismarck. It's nearly finished after 4+ years. Share that in the community, mate. We need to see that. Share a video of it if it's a radio controlled. So we get a video, record a video, show us a video of that thing in motion going. We'd all love to see that. Frost and Frisk, so proud to be a nerd like that, Stevo. Yeah, fighting for the nerd life. Nerds are cool. Got to own that shit. Gee, the hyperbole. I used to be pretty loose and crazy in my teens, 20s. Haha. Yeah, same here. Same here. There's several reasons I don't like it. Well, one, because I'm getting older and my body can't take it anymore. Three. I jumped past two. Two, my priorities changed. I'm a father. I'm a family man, and I learned what was important in life. And it's. I think. Like, don't get me wrong, you go out and have a great night with your friends and stuff. You can go out and have fun and do that and that. But people mistake fun for happiness. And they are two different things. Happiness is something, true happiness comes from from contentment, being content with your life, being happy with your lot in life, happy with what you've got and where you are, who the loved ones you're with and you've got around you and your home and your stability. And that is, for me, true happiness. And you've got your children and you know, all of that. And yeah, and three, I don't know. I think I come from a different generation as well. And I think the partying was better in my day. When we used to go out and party, no one was taking selfies. They didn't stop the fun to pose for a selfie. Didn't happen. You just went out and had fun. And if embarrassing things happened, no one saw it because it wasn't plastered all over Facebook. And I don't know, it was just different. The music was better too. The prices were better. You could smoke in pubs and clubs. It was just better back then. Now I really am sounding like an old fart, but it's the truth. Dreadwar says someone's guaranteed themselves some snuggles tonight with that speech. She knows it, man. She knows the way I feel. How I talk like that. And that's not me trying to get brownie points either. That's like genuine truth. That is genuine truth. Took me a long time to get to that state of being, or to learn that and go through the stuff and eventually reach a point in your life going, this isn't making me happy. This is shit. This is crap. And I'm getting nowhere. I'm not achieving anything. I'm just kind of stagnating and think that having fun on a Friday night makes it all worthwhile, and it doesn't. And then the last few party nights stopped being fun because, like I said, the music was shit. The people were shit. They were all half my age and it was starting to get crap. So, yeah, I just kind of fell out of love with partying. And, yeah, just there you go. Got back into being a nerd again and not look back. Beating depression by making dodgy videos is my jam. Same here. Gee, the Hyper Sapiens says it costs so much for clubs and drinks and shit these days. Would waste hundreds on one night. Was fun, but a waste. Yeah. Even being completely pissed out of my head, I would be in a cab on the way home thinking about how much I'd spent going, well, I could have bought stuff for that. I could have bought some new clothes. I could have bought a game for my Xbox. You know, I could have bought some models. I could have done the house. I could have done something, you know. I could have had so much to show for it rather than just feeling like shit of a nasty hangover. So, yeah, I prefer to spend my money on physical things, you know. You've got something to show for it at the end of it. Chilly Wargamers are in here. Yes, my Anna. How's it going, dude? Very good, mate. All the better for seeing you. I missed the beer cart arms in Canterbury. They had decent rock/metal nights on Mondays. Now it's some poncy restaurant. Yeah, I've been to a few places like that. I remember my sister's boyfriend at the time. I wasn't really into the metal scene, and then I was all my hip hop and sort of drum and bass and stuff back then. But I did like the metal stuff and that. And my sister's boyfriend at the time took me to like a metal club where they had like tribute bands and stuff going. It was a wicked night, and the people there were much more friendly crowd. It was just a different atmosphere, and I was like, I could, even though they're kind of different musical tastes to me at the time. I could mingle with these people a lot easier. They're so much more laid back. A lot of the clubs and things I go to were very hostile environments. Blokes standing around, no one dancing. Blokes, I don't dance. I just want to stand around the dance floor trying to look hard all night. You know, not my sort of people. And just yeah, yeah. It's I don't know. Partying out there now is weird. It's a very hostile environment. A lot of fakes. How did you deal with the passing of Keith Flint? It was horrendous. It was tragic and horrible because he's kind of a hero of mine. Prodigy. I saw the Prodigy in concert, and I've been a fan of the Prodigy since they began, since I was in high school, like very early 90s. And the Prodigy were just, they were massive. Like, they were massive, huge. Like, and I was a big fan of them. And yeah, got most of their albums, if not all their albums, on CD still. Yeah, just huge. And seeing them in concert was something to tick off my list of something to do. And it was a wicked concert as well. They had Dizzy Rascal there supporting, which was a wicked bonus, which we didn't know until the day of the concert. So it was like, I was like, who's the support acts? And it's usually some people you've never heard of, whatever. It's like Dizzy Rascal. I'm like, oh, you're shitting me. And so that was really, it was like 2 for 1. And it was fucking brilliant. It was really good. And yeah, then to hear about him, because he was such a genuine bloke as well. Keith was like really kind of laid back, didn't have like an ego to him at all, which is refreshing to see, because most people you see, fame and stuff goes to their head, they get ego, they lose touch with like the real world. You never got that impression from him. He seems someone you could sit and have a drink with or a smoke with and have a laugh with. Quality, yeah, got so much respect, and one of the best groups, bands, whatever, you know. And they crossed over as well. They people generally stick to their own genre and that, but Prodigy really crossed over. I mean, they changed their sound quite a bit as they went through, and they diversified and did different things with their music and stuff. So they kind of appealed to the punk crowd. They appealed to like the hardcore fucking dance crowd and stuff, and even like metalheads and stuff had respect for the Prodigy and liked them. They were like, even people that weren't into that, their dance music and stuff, they're like, oh, but the Prodigy are like, oh yeah, the Prodigy are good. The rest of that dance music shit, but Prodigy are cool. Like that's a mark of a really truly good artist. If you can cross over into different genres and stuff and get the respect from them, you've made it big time. Dreadwire says, anyone seen Human Traffic? Yes, several times. I've got it on DVD. It's a fucking awesome film. I love that film, and that represents partying in the 90s perfectly. It's just I love that fucking film so much, man. I've watched it so many times, and it is just excellent. Nice one, brother. There is a good Prodigy documentary out there, by the way. I will watch it. I will definitely watch it. G says, thanks for everything, lads. Appreciated. Happy to help, mate. It's things like this that are great. Keep us all going to socialise and chat on things like this, and it's helpful. It helps me doing it. I know Dred's been feeling the same with all his live streams he's been doing. I think they've really been helping him focus and get things done and interact with the community and that. And, you know, it sort of stops us. We don't really feel like we're isolated because we're not really. Gar says, I saw the prod a few times and I'm a metalhead, loved them. Yep, and a lot of people are saying, throw the sub over. Thank you, man. Thank you. Good stuff. That's getting me one more close to that 3K. Man, live streams have saved me. Yes, for sure. In that case, Stevo, you're going to love my thumbnail for tomorrow's show. Good stuff. Oh, I'm excited. Yes, Stevo, you're right. It's helped me massively. I'm all alone otherwise. Yeah. Are you getting any painting done, says Sean? Not really. No, I am. Generally, I am. During this stream, I'm not, because I'm terrible at multitasking. I literally one task at a time, man. I find it very hard multitasking. This is why Scar is so much better at the live streaming than me. I don't know how he does it. How the fuck does he do it? I can do it on the two bald knobs because we're sharing hosting duties. So while he's chatting away, I can be painting while I'm listening to him. But when I'm hosting, I get fuck all done. And then I think, oh, Dred's live streaming, so I can listen to him and get a lot done. And then he keeps mentioning me by name and having little digs at me. And then I've got to respond. So I keep stopping, putting my paintbrush down to respond and defend myself against his heinous attacks. But yeah. Brack the Warboss says, in the previous two live stream, I've managed to knock off a new Death Dread. I think there's going to be a new vid soon. Good. We look forward to it, buddy. Keep that content coming. Live stream tomorrow, Dreadwire Gaming. Sounds like it, man. So there you go, guys. Tomorrow night, Dread will be live streaming. Good stuff. He'll probably be going for another 6-hour run again. I'm the same. Lots of lols. Sean says, I'm the same. When I'm painting or sculpting, I can't do anything else. No, I'm most productive if I'm like in a room on my own and I'm listening to like a lore video. I'll put on like a bit of Lutin 09 or Voldemort or Arch Warhammer or any of the like the big lore channels. I like listening to their long lore videos and I'll put that on. Or I'll be listening to like one of the Black Library audio books and I'll have that playing. And that gets me in the whole kind of frame of mind, listening to the stories while I'm painting up the stuff. And that's done me well. So yeah, I find that's when I get the most done. Or sometimes I listen to music, but then I keep stopping and singing. The missus, like a few weeks back, the missus was downstairs and she said, like, it sounds like you're having a bloody party up there. So I was put on a playlist and I was just belting the numbers out, singing away to myself. It doesn't help that I've got a microphone on my desk now, so I can sing into it and pretend I'm a pop star. But we are getting on now for time. So I think it's gone on half an hour longer than I intended. I intended this to be a 2-hour stream, so I am going to bring it to a close because I need to get some painting done, and I'm not going to do it while I'm chatting to you guys. So yeah, I'm going to get my head down and do that. So guys, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. 41 of you in here. Shit me. I didn't even look. And 40 likes as well. Oh, you guys are good to me tonight, aren't you? Eh? Good to me. But yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. A quick channel update. I've got some videos coming. I've got what have I got coming soon? We've got me and Scar are getting a Two Bald Knobs episode coming to you very soon, a live one. I don't know when, but it'll be sometime over the next few days. I was hoping to do it tonight actually, but Scar's working, so I was like, okay, I'll go solo then. So yeah, and it's been fun. So I'm glad I've done it. But I've got a review video coming up soon. I've got a few like topic videos and stuff. Hopefully I'll get this Death Killer War Trike done. I'll have a showcase video coming up. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of content on the way. So I will be uploading some regular type videos over the coming days. And yeah, just getting some stuff out to you guys and getting some topics and discussions and things going. I know Scar's also got some videos coming. He's got some content he's going to be producing soon. Ditch says, is the Two Bald Knobs a different channel? No, mate, it's on mine and Scar's. It's a show that we share, so we alternate it. So the next episode will be on this channel, and then the one after that will be on his channel, because we alternate it each time. So if you don't want to miss any episode of Two Bald Knobs, you've got to be subscribed to both of us. But yeah, I've got lots of content coming up, so make sure you're subscribed and you've got the little bell icon dinged. And yeah, there's super secret projects in the work as well, that will be coming up that I'm not going to say nothing about. But trust me, guys, good shit is on the way very soon. So stay tuned to the 40k Orc community, my channel, Dred's channel, Dim's channel, Pale Orc, Brack, everyone else, Skarner. Be subscribed to all of us. Good shit on the way, trust me. But for now, guys, this live stream, thank you very much. I will see you all very shortly. Stay safe, stay strong, get some hobby done, don't go mad. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. This is 6+ Stevo signing out.